Should we do a countdown? Because PJ's here.
Do it and then like cancel it.
And then cancel every time, okay, man. Yeah, every time.
Okay, there we go, guys.
Yeah, because I have like ADD, so I can't like sit through like 30 seconds of countdown.
Way too long. Yeah, way too
I was
long.
like, oh god.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, that is just painful. But at least I pulled a PJ today. Thank you very much, guys.
I know, man. But yeah, I just can't. 30 seconds. If they did like maybe 15 seconds would have been better, but geez, man, 30 seconds is just too damn long.
Yeah. I mean, that is a custom-made countdown though that we're using. So it's beautiful.
That's a lot of time to prepare yourself though. Mentally. You're just like it's almost you overthink it because you're like, it's too long. Yeah.
And you're like, you could go to the kitchen, grab a cup of water, and then come back and come back.
Well, that's like counting down. So
but it is really cool. It is a well done countdown. It's pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But welcome everyone. That is our normal intro, by the way. So I got some beautiful panel in here. Just awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, we're mostly talking about
Mila. You're absolutely talking about Mila. You're definitely not talking about
God.
Just Mila and PJ, those two.
Oh, no, stop.
Yeah.
No. Everyone else except for me. So
yeah,
I cannot just say that Will has just the voice of radio.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hey,
I love it.
I also have a face for radio. So that's what they said.
Yes.
Mila said yes. She had no idea what I meant by that.
Well, no, I mean, like when I see you in YouTube and you do your thing.
Oh, okay.
He's perfect for this. This is his thing.
I know.
Well, thank you, Mila. I greatly appreciate it.
So
do you. So do you.
Every time I watch his videos, it just slowly melts.
What?
My monitor.
Yeah, but you too optical. You have that like very deep voice,
right?
Very nice. I love that's why I gravitate at the beginning when I started collecting to your video because of your voice. Was like, oh, this guy, you talk so clearly.
Yeah.
So
Mila, you're doing wonders for our egos. So it just keep it up because our self comments has never been higher.
Okay.
I have a voice of a 13-year-old. Like I'm going through puberty, so that's why like when I say
PJ, when I listen to you, all I can think of is just God. How fun is it to listen to this guy, especially with your intro?
Well, that's why I do my intro that way because my voice is actually cracking when I say "itch." Like it's like
I love it. I
that's like a little bit of a peek behind the curtain.
I have to subscribe to this guy. This guy is funny.
It's either I got like kicked in the scrotum or like I'm going through puberty, so it's one of those.
And the funniest thing is I never knew that we're the same race. I was
like, we all eat the.
I'm like, oh my God, he is.
Yeah,
and I could tell optical a little bit because I could hear a little bit of his accent is like mine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think we have something in common there. But PJ, you have no accent at all. I think you were just because you were so young.
No, I do. I have Filipino Tourette's once in a while. So I'll be like, hey
really?
guys.
I don't hear it.
I'll be like, hey guys, look at that Honda Civic. I mean, a Honda Civic. Like, what the hell? Like, what?
I didn't think you had an accent, PJ, but I'm white, so I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I'm saying this. So
just thinking about it, I was like, Will, you're like you're like the non-Filipino here, but you're like an honorary Filipino anyway.
Yeah, I'm the least Filipino person here. So
hey man, one person in here. Somebody got the cops, So.
I'm 0%. So
dude. Yeah. Well, we're off to a good start there. We just talked about figures and the new releases and
I know the first like 5 minutes is us talking about like Filipinos and getting kicked in the scrotum and all that.
The important stuff. The important stuff.
Yeah.
I just turned off AdSense at all, so
it's gone.
I'm pretty sure this is not going to be monetized. So
this video is not suitable for ads.
Yeah.
Dude, let's start off. How's your days, guys? Like anything fun or exciting happened today? I know it's Friday, but
I got to work from home. So
I hate you.
I wish I could work 3 days a week right now, so I'm really lucky.
I wish I could work from home.
I know.
For me, no, like really nothing. Actually, I was surprised because I got one of my viewers hit me up. One of my subscribers hit me up. Said, "Hey man, like I got my Royal Guard, the Sideshow Premium Format Royal Guard got charged today," and I'm like, "What? That's so weird. Like I didn't get like any notification, any email." So they just I was like, okay, well, let me double check. So I looked at my pre-orders and it charged. And it's pretty weird because I'm like, yo, what happens if I don't know, like I only had a certain amount of money in my account, like I don't know, in my bank account, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Like I need to eat something, So yeah, it was kind of weird. Like they didn't give us or give anyone a warning about the Royal Guard shipping. So I got that. I do have 3 Mythos statues that I have to unbox over the weekend. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to talk about it. I got the Hot Twist cap that should be coming in pretty soon. I was on the fence about Hellboy, but I didn't pick it up just because I don't have any connection to that movie. Well, this version of Hellboy. But I'm sure we'll talk about that. But yeah, so far pretty good. It's quite a few things, especially Star Wars stuff.
There you go.
Cool. Anything exciting to you? We'll put Lila last because she's female, so that's how.
Definitely not suitable for ads now. so yeah, I'll go next then. So yeah, nothing too exciting for me. I filled PJ and Optical. You guys got to hear me complain about it. I finally got my Call Obsidian Iron Studios review up on YouTube. It was my first video in 4K, and for all the fellow YouTubers out there, just have fun with your 4K processing times because, damn, I had no clue. I've always uploaded videos in 1080p. I got my Call Obsidian video up. It took about 2 days, basically. So it went.
I was gonna say that's so.
I don't know, man.
Weird because whenever I upload in 4K, say I finish editing it by 9 p.m. I just let it process and then I leave it overnight. And then when I wake up in the next morning, it's finished processing because it just takes uploading it is not so bad. It doesn't take that long to upload to YouTube. It takes about an hour and a half, but the processing of that video takes about
the upload is fine.
Yeah, the upload is fine. It's just the processing, depending also what time you upload it.
Right.
I noticed that uploading it overnight where there's not a lot of traffic also helps. If you're uploading it during the day or something like that, I feel that it takes a long time for it to process.
Right. And I'll be interested to hear, for you guys watching tonight, do you like 4K? Do you notice a difference? You know what I mean? I'm all going to upload in 4K no matter what, but this one, it was 1080p in process, and I was like, it's going up. I was like, it's been waiting too long, and I was like, it's going up. 4K will process eventually. I don't know. I want to ask you guys, do you notice a difference between 4K and 1080p when you're watching reviews from Optical or PJ or whoever? So just be on the lookout. I'll be on the lookout for that because I'm really interested to hear that. But I will say, Call Obsidian from Iron Studios 110 scale is a total win. It's fire. So it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
I saw that thing, dude. I was watching your review, which is great, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I love the shots that you did, the panning and the close-ups. And it's huge, dude. It's
14 inches for a 10 scale figure.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's what she said. But it's
no ads, none.
It's none. Cancel it right now. But yeah, man, it's a great it's a great video, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. But anyway, that's all from me, Optical. I just got that Call Obsidian. I'm super happy to get the rest of the Black Order when they eventually come in. But yeah, it's exciting.
Mila, I know what you've been up to. I see you on Facebook.
I know, too much. I got today. I got the Midas, and I have Gamora. I got Gamora, and then I got the this guy right here. Wait, let me put him on the camera.
Ooh.
Oh, you got it,
Mila. You didn't hook me up. Oh my god, I saw the pictures for this guy.
Mila, you couldn't resist.
Hey, you know what? And I'm gonna get another one because I want to display one with the helmet and one with the
I'm kind of thinking about doing the same. So.
See, yeah, definitely you should because it's one of the best cap I have ever seen that Actors has done.
It might be the best.
I think it is. I think it's even better than the concept art.
Yeah.
That one is good too, the body and everything, but it's a concept art, right? The regular Endgame Cap is so much better. And then after that, I was thinking, thank God I did not pick up the D23. Remember, PJ? I was gonna get one.
Oh my gosh! Oh no, Mila. Which, by the way, thank you so much for even trying.
No.
I can't even thank you enough because I saw the line. Well, I just saw the lines and I just saw the amount of people there, and I was just like, "Oh, Mila, please don't try even." I was just like,
when I got there, I was able to buy a painting of a Star Wars painting of Darth Vader with the battle of Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. And in the background, there's Luke and Han Solo and all that. I mean, it's an awesome painting, and I got the first print. And the guy that painted it drew Yoda in the back, and then he signed it.
That's really cool.
So I'm like, for that, that's worth it. That's worth it for me.
Yeah. Can you sell it to me? Thank you. Bye.
Cool. So
that's really nice, Mila. Can you sell it to me? Thanks.
Seems pretty slow for Mila today. I mean, only 3 hot toys. So
Mila, only 3 hot toys.
Mild.
Gotta pick it up.
That's mild. I have actually, more coming. I'm having next week. I should have Whiplash.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, because I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just waiting for Iron Man 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just waiting for Hot Toys to make one, and because I collect Iron Man, so I have pretty much all of the Iron Man.
You got everything, Mila.
Yes, I do.
Everything.
I'm sorry, but I'm so bad though. Like I collect anything. I even collect. You guys familiar with Fantastic Beast?
Oh, you got that. You got the Newt Scamander,
and the other guy that goes.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp's character.
Johnny Depp's character.
Grindelwald.
Yes. Grindelwald, yes.
Who got recast, by the way?
Yes, I know. But it was a wonderful movie. So I after I saw those movies, I'm like, I gotta have them.
Nice.
So yeah. So I just I got the child. I was a gift from my husband. I never expected it. He goes. It was funny because he goes, I'm so surprised. You love The Mandalorian so much, but I didn't see you get this. So I was like, when I saw it, thank God she didn't get it because I have something to give her because he was having a hard time because trying to find to give me. Yeah, because I buy.
So what? I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, what do you think about the child statue?
I really like it. I know everybody was saying because of the red thing, but let's just say it doesn't even bother me. Like when it's in there, it's
I like it too.
See, here's the thing, and how much? Come on, Mila, that piece got so much hate, before people even got it right. Yeah. I can understand if people got it and they like hated it, but a lot of people were like basing their opinion on the pictures, right? Like they were like formulating their opinion on cell phone pictures, and I thought that wasn't fair. I was just like, well, why don't you get the piece first, then make your judgment? I was see some videos.
I mean, look at the eyes and everything when he looks at you. It's like a child looks at you like that.
Exactly.
That, yeah.
And on top of that, it's a life-size statue for $350. Like,
I think people are saying, well, because Hato is coming up with one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You cannot compare it because one's a statue and one's an articulated That well, the other statue, they said, "Oh, there's a seam on it." Well, maybe that's why there's a seam on it because they have to do something for it to articulate. You know?
Yeah, and that was my thing is that like I just kind of like for me it was like a lot of Hot Toys collectors that were like kind of like crapping on the sideshow statue just because they're Hot Toys fanboys and they're like, oh, look at that sideshow, it looks like, oh, look at that, it sucks. It's like, oh, but then like, hey man, like what do you think about the seams on the Hot Toys? Isn't that something that should bother you? Oh no, it's great. I don't see anything. It's like, what? Like I can't, like you're pretty biased then. Like,
It's hard to like when I see that, I just usually just don't say anything because that's when okay, you're not going to win because they've already made up their minds.
yeah,
People have
exactly.
already made up their minds, so when they do that, I just look at them and go, "Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know what?
What else can you do?"
Exactly. But then like I saw everyone from like the groups that were getting them, there was just like you saw everyone's reaction from like not only just like a lot of YouTubers, but like people that don't do YouTube channels, like they don't, they're not really like they don't do it on a regular basis. Like they'll get it, they'll film themselves, and they're like super happy. And it's just it's just a shame for those people that were on the fence that listened to the haters and they didn't get a chance to maybe pick up the piece. Hopefully they look at all the positive reactions and they're like, you know what? Let me get it.
They're missing out. I'm telling you. I mean,
yeah,
I'm telling you, they're missing out. It's so real. Like when it's looking at you, it's like those eyes. That's Grogu.
yeah. And I like the yeah, exactly. And I like the tailoring on it. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm glad my wife didn't surprise me with a child.
With a child.
Me too.
Does that?
I'm surprised my wife didn't surprise me with a real child.
I know.
There's a difference between a child and the child. There's a big difference.
Yeah. I can't have anyone. I have 4 already, and I'm done.
I have none, and I'm done. So it's been hard.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But, oh my god!
Yeah, there we go.
I set you guys up.
AdSense done.
Yeah.
AdSense.
I already tried. Yeah, like I said, it's done. Don't worry about it.
Just go with it at this point.
It's I just gave up. All we need now is this Clipper King. We just put Clipper King in here and just
Oh my god! Boy. If that happens, funny. Then he's so funny. I love watching his videos. I always laughed every time.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna love the state of Hot Toys nowadays because
probably.
Speaking of state of Hot Toys, all right. So let's start off with this. Will, you're gonna get this?
Nope. No. So like, okay. So like, I saw these pictures today, and I saw it, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool. But like exactly like what PJ said, I have no connection to this. For myself, I have no connection to this character. So like, because I've actually never seen a Hellboy film. I was gonna see this most recent one. But I never thought any of the trailers looked good at all. And then I saw the reviews for it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to pass on this one. And then I saw some of the clips eventually come out, and I'm like, yeah, I think that was the right move. So, we've talked about sometimes like there'll be a figure that in concept is better than the film. So you'll see the figure and you buy it for the figure, not for the film or the character. It looks cool, but for me, this is a no on both. Like, I think it looks cool, but it's not cool enough for me to not have seen the film and then spend almost $300 for it. Like I don't think we're probably going to get another Hellboy for a long time. Yeah. But if you like the film and you like the character or just like the character in general, I'd say it's a pickup. But for me, it's an absolute no go. Like I'm not excited about it personally.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
Definitely.
So
I'm the same way, and I buy everything.
And that's saying something.
I was about to say,
I buy everything, and I saw this, I was like, oh, okay.
Like it looks cool. It's just like it's just not. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
I have no connection to this character though. So.
Me too. I've never seen the movie or anything like that, but I just couldn't. I buy a lot of Hot Toys, even if I didn't see the movie. As long as I think it's cool. I get it, but this one I just can't relate to it at all. I mean, I was looking at pictures and I'm like, I just can't. Where am I going to put this thing? On top of that, what I mean?
honestly feel like it kind of sucks though, because I feel like sometimes Hot Toys will take risks on figures like these, and I feel like this one's probably not going to pan out. So like, because I don't think there's a lot of excitement surrounding this figure, and I think it's going to be one that's like I said, not going to be a great investment for them.
I mean,
but they'll sell enough Iron Men to make it work. So
they could have put all that effort to Shazam, and they'll make more money.
Mila, I would have
Right?
loved to Shazam. I loved that film.
Right?
So like, I loved Shazam.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
That was the biggest tease of all time. That was
I know.
I can't believe they posted that. It had to be April Fool's. It had to be.
That's all I can say about that. You're right.
It's like Cyborg at this point. It's become a meme. It's become a meme. Cyborg is like, release Cyborg.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care about Cyborg personally, but I just want everyone to stop bringing it up. So I'm like, please release him for all the fans out there.
Oh, it's not going to get released.
No, it's not going to happen, but I wish it did.
I know.
How about you, PJ? You want to get this?
All right, so just real quick, I know Lane Kramer said something. Should we answer it now, or should we answer it like when we're talking about?
Do it now. Yeah, answer it now.
Yeah, because he said I won't be able to afford the Endgame Cap due to all others already pre-ordered purchase. Would 2012 Cap in spring be worth getting? I want to get one retail. To be honest, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure we'll talk about it later when when we do we talk about Endgame Cap. My opinion, I think this is the Cap to get, and I'm sure with Mila's reaction to getting that figure early, and she seems super excited. I mean, Mila, I'm sure you could probably agree, right? This is
definitely.
Yeah, I think this is the Endgame Cap to get. It's perfect in every way. The portrait, the head sculpt. I mean, it's all like I would say it's like 90% there, but I have to see it in person. Which I'll probably do a review once I get it. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I guess we'll go talk about it later.
Yeah.
But Hellboy, I think this is one of those figures that it will shoot up in price once they come up with a better sequel. Like, if they come up with a sequel to this movie and it's great. Because Hot Toys is probably not going to make another one of these again, just because of the popularity of it. Well, the lack of popularity of it with this movie. So if they make a Hellboy 2 and it's 10 times better than the first movie, this figure will shoot up in price with the low run and everything. It may not be expensive now, but it'll probably be expensive later. The figure looks really good. I was really tempted to pick it up. I love the fact that they're using a Fison body for this one, with no seams, which is great. The portrait looks amazing. The horns look great. The little like effect that what's that called? The thing on top of his head, the crown, whatever. That looks great. I don't know. Does that sword light up, or is that just lighting?
It's probably just lighting.
Yeah, it's probably just lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that light effect, flame effect looks really good. I mean, overall, as a figure, dude, like this is why we collect Hot Toys for figures like this. Yeah. Too bad, they put all that effort into a character that is not as popular as the, as previous, versions of the character.
Yeah. J-Rod mentioned something pretty good too. That I think it would look good next to the. What do you call that? The base for the Spider-Man. What do you call
that? Yeah. The night monkey suit.
Yeah, the monkey suit. So
I did actually get that, you guys. I
did you? Well, it's super cheap right now.
Oh, it's so cheap. I got it cheaper than what Sideshow selling. I got the deluxe so much cheaper.
Yeah, the Hong Kong sellers are selling it super cheap.
Oh, they're like giving it away. Here,
I know. Yeah,
it's like $180. What?
Yeah, it makes you wonder though, right? It makes you wonder if that is just basically them, selling it for, to them, they're just making it out even on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does make you wonder.
Yeah. So it's just
they're selling it for like $200 with shipping already.
Yeah,
and that's the deluxe version. The standard version is like $160 or $170.
I know.
And how much is shipping from Hong Kong to here? It's like around $50 though, right?
If you do like DHL,
Yeah, but usually like if it's EMS, it's like $35.
$35. Like okay, so I know like Tim Sen is selling it for like $208 at one point. I think I don't know how much it is now, but $208, and then you deduct $130. I mean $30 out.
If you see see Teamcent do that, just go to Facebook and message him, because then you can buy it without tax. Because
Right.
eBay just tax on the tax. It
Mhm.
kills me. It's 10%
Yeah,
in
and
Los Angeles.
he sells his figures through Toys Buying Agent, that website, so you can get them
That
there.
you can
Yeah,
get
because
there.
instead of buying through eBay, yeah, you're gonna hit with that
Yeah,
tax.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't even go through eBay
No,
mostly at
and he
all.
loses money too, and the figures are higher priced because he's got to factor in the 10%.
The 10%, yeah.
So so buy from his website if you're gonna get from him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I have been doing.
Yep. He's good, man. I bought figures from him, and they've always
Yeah,
arrived pristine.
he's a
So
good guy.
yeah.
That's the first thing. It has to arrive first.
Yeah. One of mine got stuck in customs for a while, but that wasn't his fault. And he was going to refund me, and I had a good experience with him. It eventually
Yeah.
showed up. So
He takes responsibilities for his, when he makes sure you get it.
yeah, right.
And if not, he will take responsibilities for that. I mean, compared to other,
Damn. Guys, I'm looking at this, dude. I'm looking at these pictures, man. They look great.
Are you reconsidering, BJ?
No, I'm not gonna buy it.
Oh, okay,
I'm just saying it looks so good.
It looks so good. You know what? I have a feeling this will be the next Alita. You know, like people slept on Alita, the figure.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it got sold out. Because
And
that's
PJ's
the figure. It looks
He's
great.
right though. It's probably going to be a low pre-order number, so probably a low edition size for this one. Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's going to shoot up in price because I don't think Alita is up there. Maybe it's like 300 somewhere, but it's still not up there. But the figure itself is so good. Like if you're a fan of maybe not even the movie or just the figure itself, I mean, this looks so good.
Yeah, this
Right.
looks
It does
really
look
good. And I just, with the seamless body, I really hope the Hot Toys event, phases out a lot of these figures with the joints, exposed joints, and they just go with a seamless body. Just because I don't know, I rather sacrifice articulation and get a figure with no joints than to have a figure with better articulation and joints.
See, I know what you're saying and I understand that because no joints. I mean, it looks more realistic and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is where you live. Where we live here in America, right? You're in New Jersey. I'm in California. The humidity is not. It's very controlled. We can control the humidity, and so we can control our our collections last forever over here, but Philippines, Hong Kong. I mean, wow! Their stuff melts right in your hands. I mean, I have seen other collectors from over there where literally it disintegrates. The leather and everything like that, and then the seamless body they crack.
Yeah.
So I think if you're gonna sell it in the US, hey, we'll take the seamless body. But
Right.
I don't know about, the other Asian country or
You would think by now, Hot Toys would have done something because I think Phison is pretty okay in Asia. It might melt or disintegrate, but it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen there's a Phison body that they use for Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put it in that pose where he's naked and he's bending down or whatever. And,
I've seen that a lot, actually. A lot of people do that.
Okay.
okay, but
I have that on my display piece.
ended up getting a crack on the body because of putting him in that pose. So I don't know, I mean, but I mean, realistically wise, I mean, wow, it's beautiful. The seamless bodies are just gorgeous.
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right?
Mm-hmm. Longevity is definitely a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I pre-ordered this one.
I'm sure Mila pre-ordered this one.
Guys,
already.
this has been the hardest decision of my life with this figure.
I know you're not into third party, Will.
It's cheap.
It is pretty cheap. Man, it looks so good though. It looks so good. And Hot Toys is never gonna make a Heimdall.
No,
never in a million years. So if you want him, this is your chance. I mean, another third party company could come along at some point and take a crack at it. But I mean, I think this looks really, really good. I love the eyes on it.
How much is this though?
I think it's $230.
$230?
No, it was like 230? No, it wasn't like that. Like
Because I was looking at it on
210,
1.6 kit, and I think it was
220.
like
220. I think it
okay.
was 220.
So yeah, it's like a little bit cheaper than a Hot Toys figure, you know.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
high for a
but
third party,
that's
though.
no tax and that's shipped.
Right. True. But
Yeah.
and because mostly because they don't have any licensing to pay, so you know they don't have any
Well,
licensing.
yes,
So they can keep the price lower, you know.
Yeah,
But
yes.
but yeah, I mean, like it looks really really good, and I can tell there's a lot of excitement for this piece. Like the base is actually pretty cool too. Now that I'm looking at it, so but
And-
the art, yeah,
and it's made by Toys R Us, and for a
Right.
third party, Toys R Us is doing well with that
Right.
stuff.
You think Toys R Us is the Hot Toys of third party?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
And you know, they did Cable. Toys R
yeah,
Us
their
did
cable was good. Their cable
They
was
was
good.
good, and then the next thing I know, Hot Toys made him too, and they're very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as good as the Hot Toys prototype, but still, I was like, "Jeez."
Yeah, the Hot Toys is better. I don't have the cable myself, so I can't say definitively.
Right, see,
but
I paid 150 for the cable.
he went up in
Toys
value.
R
I
Us.
saw a lot.
Yeah,
So now he's dropped because the Hot Toys got announced. But
Mhm.
I will say I did have the Joaquin Toys era Joker. It was very okay. Like it was very like I got it and I was like, this is kind of cool. And I had it for a little bit and I was like, then the Prime One statue got announced. I'm like, yeah, I'm selling this thing. Like because
you
there's
can't
so
compare.
no.
come on.
But I mean like it's just the Toys era figure just felt cheap. Like the Joker, like the sculpt was very like 50% there. Like it was like it could have just been a one-off figure, but like I haven't sworn off third-party figures. Like I still have some on pre-order, but like I generally have not had amazing experiences where I get the figure out of the box and I'm like, this looks incredible, like a Hot Toys figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like I'm not worried about resale value necessarily because I'd never really planned to sell these figures, but sometimes you trade and swap things out every now and then. And I do that. And Hot Toys figures just retain their value typically way better. So like
Yeah, they do.
So like third-party figures, like you're like most of the time going to take a loss. Like it's just
That's my mindset when I buy a third figure.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, that's money gone.
right. I gotta
So I'm
love the
just gonna
character to
enjoy
get a
it.
third-party figure. I gotta love the character. Like Cloud Strife. Game Toys is making a Cloud Strife with a bike, and I'm getting that because I love that character, and he's not being made by Hot Toys.
Yeah.
So,
See, I'm so glad how you're so smart. I'm not like that. I'm like, I want to see it. I know it's $100.
Milo, we're talking about the same will here? Or?
but this would look great with your Hot Toys in Marvel. Like this would look really
Yes,
good. It would
yes.
look like a Hot Toy. I
Yes,
mean,
it would. Yeah,
So
you're right.
I know
that's enough
PJ
reason
has
to buy it.
Strong feeling about like third party. How many third party you own, PJ?
0.
There you go.
When I first started collecting in general, I did buy like it was I don't know if it was third party company that made like a female Joker. And when I got it in, it was pretty cheap. It was like $120. And this is when I didn't know any better. I started collecting and I was picking up everything. And I picked it up and I thought it looked cool. But again, it's just like, I don't know, like it didn't feel like a Hot Toy. I didn't like Will said, I didn't have that same feeling where like, oh my God, like the smell of the box and the smell of the figure. And
You have
you
have to get the right kind of third party though. Sometimes there are third party that you open it up, it's like, wow.
Yeah, sometimes.
yeah.
So you just didn't get it, and that's why you probably from
But it's a roll of the dice
Roll the
every
dice,
time.
I know,
That's
it
the
is.
problem. You know,
Yeah.
Hot Toys, like you're taking much less of a risk. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get a shitty Hot Toy, but like you know before you get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've gotten a third party and I opened it up and I'm like, what the hell? I just tossed
Sorry.
it on the side, forget it.
Go ahead, PJ. I
Thank
didn't mean to cut
God.
you off.
No,
Oh,
that's
yes.
okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it was fine. Like, no, I agree with you guys. Like, I'm sure there are like some third party figures that you're like, oh my gosh, this looks it's probably just as good as the Hot Toy, but I don't know. I just like my Hot Toys, like I just like opening it up and just the smell of it and just the just the quality of the box. I don't know, just something about that, like the unboxing experience. That's why I like to include that in my videos, just because it's just it is an experience opening up like a Hot Toy.
It is.
So,
yeah.
And I tell people all the time, take your time. Don't rush it because it's it's an experience, and then that's part of collecting.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. Yeah, I couldn't agree anymore. So
Yeah.
Well, speaking of kind of like hot toys, well, this is not third party, but boy, this looks good. I mean,
Guys, I have this on pre-order optical.
Ooh.
I had just pre-ordered this a couple of days ago from Asmus
Me too.
website because I couldn't find it anywhere else. So
I got
had
it
to
from
go to
Asmus like months back, when it was like gonna sell out originally the first time, and then now
Right.
it came back up for pre-order again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
PJ,
I'm
were you
getting
able to talk to Jeans or Geens? Did you message him?
Oh, I couldn't find him.
No, just Asmus. His name is the one that I think it's Jeans. Just message him. Just mention it by that name. Go to their Facebook page.
I did. I messaged. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
messaging my name. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
by name. Yeah.
I want this. Like, I want this now. I don't want to wait.
Dude, this has the potential to be.
Dude,
Figure
Have you
of the year.
mine hasn't even shipped yet, and I pre-ordered it way back from Asmus directly. So
yeah, that's what I did.
Inc-
All right, now I just ordered
you
it
gotta
a couple of
include
days ago.
the price. I mean, it's $350.
it's
Rooted
definitely
hair,
right.
and beard. I mean,
But
and
the
then
base is
diorama
sick.
base is sick too. Like, yeah. I mean, look at this. I mean, they showed the actual. I think this is the actual product now. This is not a prototype anymore.
Yep.
So this is what we're getting, and Asmus, it's okay. They don't manipulate their pictures too much. I mean, for Christ's sake, have you seen the video? They put timestamp on a 2-minute video. And it was saying that they got an intro from 0 to 35. So, but man, this is. I mean, if this comes, like pretty soon, for $350, this is so worth it. So worth it.
I didn't want to
it
miss out.
now.
It's a cop.
I'm
It's
like a
cop
baby.
for sure.
Like, I'm like, I want it now. I'm like, oh my goodness.
PJ, I hope you didn't mention my name there because they did send me the Aragon first, and then I repaid them by saying that they're not the Michael Jordan of 1/6. So
And
Ooh.
then
How do they feel about that optical?
no wonder
And
they
then
didn't.
they came with this. What are you saying?
Optical. No wonder they didn't respond. I was like, yeah, I know optical, and
I
they're
told
like,
you not to mention my
no, I'm
name.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I didn't.
Yeah, don't mention optical.
Optical told me, they were like, they blocked me. You have been blocked.
Yeah, optical and I are best friends. We are like this. Okay, so you say that's how you lead when you
Yeah.
message us.
Hey, I was wondering if you can send me Gandalf early. Hello?
Right?
Hello?
Hello.
They're gonna be
Is
like block.
is this still thing? Is this thing still on?
That's how you get left on red.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I mean, like, guys, like that has potential to. Well, not this bad boy, but like
Optical
no,
switching up on you.
yeah. But like that. Oh my goodness. Like seriously. Like if you guys haven't pre-ordered this yet, do it. Like I think this is one of those things where I don't think they're gonna make a lot. I mean, like they will make a lot of it, but I just think it's one of those where once it sells out, I don't think they're gonna
They're
revisit.
numbered. Asmus is numbered. So if you guys haven't bought anything from Asmus yet, I think they're like 1,500. I don't know
What's
how
up,
many runs this is, but
The reason
Really?
the
Yeah, they're
reason I
numbered.
originally held off on this is because I know they're gonna make a Gandalf the white. So like that's why I was like, all right, it's gonna probably be the same exact sculpt just with a white outfit. So like, and I kind of like that version of Gandalf a little bit better, but this looked so good. Like months back, I had to pre-order it. I was like, I gotta get this.
Yeah, but Yeah.
I pre-ordered it when I saw the sample on Facebook of a bunch of head sculpt
Right.
of this, and I'm thinking that is not bad for
No.
Asmus though. I mean, I've seen some of their stuff, and I'm like, I would never touch that.
Right,
But
I agree.
this is incredible. I'm like,
The
okay,
Crown series.
yes,
Oh, my
the Crown series. That's right. There we go. This is number one. Will
Yep.
yeah.
we're digging into a new hole here.
Yep, exactly.
one of their
Yeah.
weaknesses is the hands. And I can see right now that didn't improve, but
Yeah.
there's the hands, So
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I've always wanted to say this, but you shall not pass on this figure.
exactly.
That's perfect,
You
PJ.
shall not pass.
That is perfect. You
on
should
this
pass
figure.
on this one.
Yeah,
No.
shouldn't pass on this one.
Yeah, if you like Lord of the Rings, you should get this.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, this is like a no-brainer. But if you're like just like a figure collector, this is also a no-brainer. Like I'm not a big, huge Lord of the Rings fan, but
Yep.
I truly appreciate like a work of art, and this is like seriously
Same.
a work of art. So
Exactly. I'm getting it for the work of art, not even for the connection to the movie or anything. I've seen the movies, but I'm not that big of a fan of the movie. But
Oh,
It's such a good. I
Will, should
mean,
we kick Milo out? Or?
yeah, I know. Optical. I knew that was gonna strike a nerve there.
We'll let her stay. We'll let her stay.
it's a it's a. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but you know what I mean. I'm a big. I like Harry Potter, so I don't know. Better.
You like Harry Potter
Different
better.
wizard. Different wizard.
What the?
Yeah, it's your different wizard.
Because you know what, Harry Potter, I used to watch with my kids, and I couldn't watch Lord of the Rings with my kids. I just could not sit down and be interested with it. So I have more love for Harry Potter because of
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I know we're going on a sidetrack here. I'm going to catch a lot of hate for this, probably, guys. I don't like Harry Potter that much.
I've
I'm just
never
gonna
seen a single Harry
I'm just
Potter.
gonna
me-
throw that out
me-
there. Like, it's okay. Like, I like it kind of, but like I've gotten so many like people will be like, you don't like Harry Potter? It's like the worst thing you could ever say to somebody. So it's like,
It's because you know why, Will? It's because when you were younger, that was the big thing for a lot of kids.
yeah,
My daughter is about your age, and
Yeah.
when she was younger, I would take her to the bookstore.
right.
We would have some,
Mm.
but it's not probably something you could relate to back when you were younger. So
Right.
And-
And I never
and I-
read. I don't read
you
books.
see, yeah, I read
So-
to my daughter a lot, and so that was one of the things that she could sit down and listen to. But
Mhm.
I tried Lord of the Rings. It's too much of an adultish story. My kids couldn't focus on it. They're like, yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
you know,
You guys know
Yeah.
I will review pretty much anything. Anything.
yes.
So Star Ace offered me to review their Harry Potter.
Oh.
I said no.
Do it.
Ooh. You declined.
Damn you.
You should have just given it to Mila.
I know.
would've
Right?
reviewed
At
it.
that time, they were like, "Hey, man, we got these things. They got this woman in a jail outfit, whatever." And mind you, I reviewed the Nun. I said,
Oh.
no, I'll pass.
Aren't Star Ace figures like not that great though, from what I've seen?
You know what? The
you
prototype
know what,
looks
Will?
so good, and
better
then you
not
get
mess
the
around with Man's
figure.
Hustle here. So
You get the figure, and you're like, "What the heck? They butchered this." It's the paint. It's
the
not
paint.
even
Okay.
the sculpt. It's the paint. I was like,
I've never owned one. I've just seen a lot of pictures, and
Hey,
they've
which-
become like they have a reputation. I've seen.
no, because are you familiar with K.A. Kim?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. She
Okay,
she
she
did the
did.
Joaquin Prime One Joker. Yeah, she's
Okay,
incredible.
well, she did one of the Star Aces. The girl, Hermione,
Mhm.
and she did a wonderful job. But then they did the promotion, and she looks so pretty. And then I got the figure, and I'm like, what the
Oh.
heck is this? Oh my god, they butchered it. So
Hmm.
that's where they get this. They have a great artist that did the sculpt, but they couldn't produce the right paint on it.
Yeah,
No,
I have to agree with Will. I'm looking at that Bellatrix Lestrange, that
Mhm.
the one that he was gonna get from Star Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have passed too.
See,
I'm like,
I was making excuses. It was like, no, I really don't know anything about the character, and they were like, yes, because they did send me Breakfast at Tiffany's, but my wife wanted it, so I was just like, all right, let me get that. I watched.
that's
the
a
movie.
beautiful figure. I have that.
Yeah, I watched the movie just to have a little background, even though it was really hard because that movie was like I don't know, like 50 years old or something.
I love it. I love classics, but
So,
then again, I'm old.
Optical.
so,
That's
you
such
know.
a professional way to handle that situation. Like, well, I don't know
Right.
enough about the film. Like, I
I
don't
know,
want to.
right? Very
That's such
nice,
a professional.
man.
That was really
Watch
nice
it.
of you.
But when he told me about the Harry Potter, I was like, I'm not gonna watch 9 movies. I can tell you that.
Yeah, true.
It's like I'll watch
Yeah.
one. Speaking of watching movies, I haven't seen this movie in a while. Any of you guys are getting this or even interested in getting this?
Man, I can't get past the crotch. I mean, I can't. My eyes just go there. I don't know why. Like, it's such an obvious thing. I know, Optical, you mentioned in your video, right?
Yeah, he's back
Like,
man. That's the only one
yeah.
he needs.
Like, I don't like. Does
it-
the
it-
film look like that? I don't remember.
It is
I-
accurate.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay,
The thing is,
well.
like, I mean, like Batman Forever. I don't know. It just wasn't one of my favorite Batman movies. I mean, this is like a 1/6 scale figure, and the package is like 1/4. So it's like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, no, I mean, like, I wasn't gonna pick it up. Now I'm definitely not gonna pick it up because everyone's like fixated on the package. So
I am not gonna pre-order it, but I'll wait till it releases, and then I'll decide then. But
Right.
because I mean, I had a big crush on Neil O'Donnell back in the what's his name again? I forgot. Is it Neil?
Chris O'Donnell.
yeah,
O'Donnell,
Chris,
not
so
Neil.
Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah. And so I mean, I love the sculpt, the face. If you look at it, don't look down, just look up. Just,
I keep focusing.
Don't look
You
at the
can't- you
don't
can't
look at the
even
nipples either.
You can't. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't even look up because
No,
he's got
because
his
the nipples. Yeah, he's got the
Like-
Robin nipples.
Like who made
Yeah,
this?
right.
Seriously, who made this design of? Oh,
apparently
I
they
can
did.
understand if he was like on the next movie because he was fighting Mr. Freeze, but this is
Right.
the first movie. You know,
Can we say that they sexualized Robin? Because that
It's a Me Too
package
movement.
and look at the nipples. So
it's Me Too.
yeah, right. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Batman's not doing too well either. I mean, there's a nipple on Batman. So.
See?
yeah. Look at that. That's not a good shot, man.
It
Oh my-
moves. It moves too, depending
Oh
on the
my
angle.
God.
Like it kind of follows you, kind of like
I can't fucking look at that shot with a straight face.
Yeah, it's just like pointing. I don't know what. I don't know.
What
I
does that
can't-
remind you of, though? Kind of reminds me of like a jalapeno or something.
I'm not.
That's why the clamshell is a lot thicker because you can't close it.
I
Oh
could
my-
never have this figure in my collection, man.
I mean, like,
just-
I
Oh
mean,
my
they had, that they seriously had to pay this dude like a lot of money.
I
too.
feel
like,
so violated.
Yeah, my eyes are like violated. Holy Jesus! Oh my goodness!
I mean, it is accurate though. That is how
it is. That's the
costume is,
thing. That's the
unfortunately.
worst thing is it is actually like that.
And like
Right.
you know, the pose, these poses doesn't help it. It just makes it stick out even more.
His hips
Like-
are thrusted forward too. I mean,
Yeah, and like look at this guy. Like he's like very like confident with this pose, but
I would be confident too, man. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Hey,
Seriously,
he should be confident.
you should be confident at this point.
Yeah.
like if I was a bad guy and this Robin dude just came at me like that, I'm like, listen, dude, I don't want
Right.
to mess with you.
I'm gonna
Dude,
back away.
Here's the money that I
Right.
stole. I'm so sorry. I will lead a good life from here on out.
Here's a
like-
copy of my evil plans. Take
Yeah. Yeah, you win.
Mario's making fun of me. He says, he just can't believe what I called it.
jalapeno popper.
Oh my
It will
gosh.
pop. That will
Oh my
pop.
god.
I mean,
This discussion is going completely off the rails. But it's like, but dude, you can't help it, man. Like the figure looks good other than that. Like it looks
good.
It's just
I'm
the
surprised
nipples
that
and the
legs
crotch.
can- Yeah, I'm surprised the legs can go up this much. You know, because typically not because of that, but typically these kind of materials, you know, are kind of not stretchy.
Yeah.
But I guess
I have no interest in this figure personally, but I can see a lot of people getting it, honestly.
Maybe I'll just buy the head sculpt. Somebody.
Yeah.
And-
Put him in
And
a
do
like
what
a
with it,
leather
Mila?
jacket.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a good looking. I can't. It's a good looking figure.
oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, you know, it's a good looking figure. I think they nailed the portrait. I think
Right.
they nailed
Yeah,
the
portrait.
costume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The portrait's
red
really
is
good.
Kind of vibrant though, isn't that the red supposed to be like deeper or something?
the portrait was really good. I mean, I guess you're gonna have to just do something with a cape to cover him up. You know what I mean?
No,
Like-
Mila, why would you do that,
Don't cover up the best part.
dude?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
right.
telling you, if I'm
Mila.
eat like that, I'll
Yeah.
wear
Kilt or something, and just
I'll
say,
wear
you know,
yoga pants every day.
Just put it like his arms cross pose, just like covering the crotch region. I don't know,
Right.
something like I don't know. But the base looks cool too. So I mean,
You gotta be
is
loud and
that
proud.
really the base? Or
I don't know. Is that the base or
I
no?
don't think
No, the
that's
base is like
base.
this.
Oh,
big.
but it
You're
still
like-
looks cool though.
Yeah,
Still looks cool.
Yeah.
I bet you it doesn't light up.
Probably not.
I think they
probably
removed the light up functionality since BX11 or something like that.
But you know, the base is different. That's what you know,
Right.
and I like that because usually
Yeah.
Hot Toys kind of like they cheap out on the base, like you know,
Mhm.
they just use a generic base. But you know, like a base like this is very unique, and I really wish that Hot Toys would do more. Even though we're most likely not going to display it with the base, but if you wanted to, it you know, it'd be a nice option to display with a nice base.
Yeah.
You know, see,
didn't take out the back.
the-
I always use the base. So
Mm.
Yeah, me too.
on Batman, they put a nipple on him too. That's the. I think
What
it
is-
must have been.
I
What-
didn't
It must
see
have
that.
been something in the 90s.
No,
You know, like-
these are just sick dudes, man. Like,
I know.
like
He,
what
he
is
had, he had a bat credit card in that movie too. You remember
Oh
that?
my-
He was like, take my bat card. He just like pulls out his credit. Yeah,
But
he pulls out a bat.
the
There's
nipple
like a
hat-
Batman butt shot in that
That's
movie
like
too.
on the second movie, right? Like
I don't. It's one of those movies, but yet they're not good in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, like I remember
okay, maybe
I started watching the third. This is the third one, right? And I started watching it. I'm like, what is this? Like, you go from was it Batman Returns to this? Like, what the heck
It's
is
very like cheesy and hokey. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? There are some people that love it. You know,
Yeah.
I really wish that Tim Burton came back for like the other Batman movies, but you know, it's a shame that he didn't because they were like the two previous
okay.
ones, were dark and stuff. And this
Never
was-
mind. I was mistaking this by George Clooney's version.
Oh, with
Yeah,
the bat
George
nipples.
Clooney's the one with the nip.
Yeah, George Clooney has the
Batman.
again another horrible movie, but yeah.
We've been spoiled by the Dark Knight though, so you know
Yeah, the
like,
Dark
that-
Knight that makes up for all these bad movies.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that
And
all
then the
together.
ones with Michael Keaton were pretty good too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but
again,
the Dark Knight franchise has spoiled us for
It's
Batman.
good for its time.
yeah. And I was gonna say,
For its
You
time,
know,
that was good.
yeah, I agree. And it's for I don't know. Going back to the figure, the figure looks good. I'm not taking anything away from Hot Toys with that. What is? Oh God, I can't. Every time I try to get serious, I
It's
see
the
a shot.
red color
Dude.
too. It makes it stand out so much.
Like even if you
know?
guys had never mentioned, yeah, exactly, Miley. If you had never mentioned it, that's literally where my eye goes.
Yeah.
Every time optical changes to a picture with Robin in it, my eye goes straight there. Like
Well, it's not the figure anymore.
maybe not, I don't know, but like something is it's just there. It's just very
The
obvious.
magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the elephant in the room.
But I
It is
keep hearing
elephant,
that.
for sure.
I keep hearing that song, "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, not seriously, Hot Toys. I think they're back, man. Like they had like some really, misfires with some of their figures, but like
Mhm.
like with a lot of these like announcements and releases, like that. Yeah, they seem to be back in where they need to be. Like the portrait looks great. The suit looks great,
Yeah.
minus the package, but everything it's good. And
The price is good too for like $250, and these are kind of like main
Yeah.
characters, so it's
Well,
not bad. Regardless
it's
if we're
not
gonna get it or not, I mean,
Right.
just as a figure itself, I think it
they did a good job.
I'm surprised they got made, to be honest. I thought they were gonna get shown at like the
I
Comic-Con
know
like
it's
they
been
did.
a while. They've been
Yeah.
showing it to San Diego Comic Con for a long time.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
Nothing till now.
release Corvus Glaive because he got shown way long ago. Same deal.
oh, he's gonna be. I hate to.
It's not
I-
gonna
I-
happen. I know.
It's
I know. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but
I can
it's just-
dream.
It's just gonna be one of those like like what's that? Ant-Man's
Yeah, a Yellow Jacket. Yeah,
Yellow Jacket like
Oh,
that.
that would have been a great figure.
yeah, it
though.
would have been good.
Yeah, but
Speaking of
Spe-
great figure,
mhm.
Mila
don't
knows
like
better than
Jason,
anyone.
look at this. I mean, Mila already has his PJ. You're coming. Yours is what gonna be this week?
Yeah, hopefully in the next couple days. So yeah, I can't wait to get this. I mean, this looks really, really good. I think they fixed the body, they fixed the portrait. One of the rare times where the prototype is definitely not the prototype, the final production piece is better than the prototype. This is seriously the cap to get and probably own. Like if you were to own like one cap, this is it. I think it looks better than the Civil War one.
Yeah. Yep.
And it has everything you need for a Captain America figure, right? And this is like, the cap, from an epic movie. So yeah, I can't wait to get this.
I mean, I think Sideshow's probably gonna get it soon too.
Really?
Yeah,
You
it's
think
even-
they're gonna get it quick?
Yeah, they're gonna get it quick. Just like Iron Man, you guys didn't have to wait for.
Yeah,
No,
that was
no.
pretty quick.
Yeah, that was quick. I think it's gonna be the same for this one. So you
Yeah.
watch out.
I'm considering getting the Mark 85. By the way, I think you guys have sold me. I'm thinking
It's
about
good.
it.
It's good. It's
I'm getting
really,
the battle damage though. That's the thing. Do I
Oh
need-
yeah,
Yeah,
that
oh,
one's
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That- yeah, I would if you're only
Getting one.
gonna own one, get the battle damage
right,
one.
right.
I mean, this one has some battle damage, so you could pose it with the battle damage Iron Man, because he's got the the shield that's battle damage, so it fits with the scene. When they were all fighting Thanos. But yeah, man, I can't wait.
A lot of people are asking if they're going to do a battle damage cap. Do you think they're even going to go there? I mean, what would it look like? Is there going to be a battle?
No, because they already got the broken shield in there. I mean, that is the battle damage.
Yeah. I mean, what, blood in his face? That was about it.
Yeah,
the thing too is how they did the suit. It's got a little bit of kind of battle damage, like right here,
like weathering and stuff. Yeah,
like a weathering stuff on the chest.
Look at the shoulders too. Like they
nailed it.
They nailed it. Like the shoulders, like the fit, the body.
Look at the thing. Look at that whole thing. It is so much compared to.
I mean, optical. Do you mind zooming in on
Mila?
On Mila, because I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, Mila, that looks great.
Oh my goodness.
So that right compared to like this. What is this?
Oh yeah.
It's still good.
It's still good, but I would. Can you swap out the portrait with the?
Oh, this one. Look at this. Let me just show you this.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's the helmeted sculpt. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Chris Evans. That is Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
can't believe. They nailed it.
They seriously nailed it. They must have heard like a lot of hate for the.
I think they felt a lot of pressure.
They heard it.
The battle damage kind of thing on the chest.
Yeah, well, you guys remember they completely changed the sculpt because a lot of people hated it because I think they repackaged the Age of Ultron sculpt, right? And then people got really mad, so they changed it. And then they probably got a lot of hate for the Mark 85 sculpt, so they knew they had to nail this one, and they did.
Yes, and they did. They sure did. Except for his, it's supposed to be America's ass.
Oh my gosh, what the heck is that?
Wow.
Hey, no one's gonna see that side anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Is the shield magnetized?
No,
it's not. It's not.
I hate that shield.
I think there's a clip right on the back.
Yeah, there's a clip.
Yeah, and Mila, that is plastic, right? It's not die cast.
It's plastic. It's not die cast. No.
Wait, I forgot. The Civil War one was die cast.
No,
right?
the Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron is.
Oh, that's the one with the magnet, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
yep.
Well, look at the portrait. Wait, that's not the. Is it?
No. This is I painted this.
Wow, I like that, Mila.
So I painted that one, but that's a custom head sculpt.
Okay.
But
wow.
But this is straight from Hot Toys. I mean, this is beautiful. I love to wear. Because custom head sculpts are so damn expensive.
Mila, I might be with you. This might be a figure you get two of.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting another one from Sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, out of 10, Mila.
10.
Oh my gosh!
10.
10. Book it. 10 out of 10.
I mean, come on. I've got a lot of cap, and like this one is like the best.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's nothing I can really say. Look at the legs, from the legs all the way up to the portrait. I mean, that's Chris Evans.
It's really good.
Plate. I feel like Hot Toys put everything in here. Like they're not going to release another cap ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
he might show up at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like if he does show up, it's probably going to be brief. Like it's probably be like a flashback or something.
Right.
But not enough to make a figure out of, because you know how Hot Toys is. They'll make a figure out of anything like Cap related. If he's even if he shows up for 10 seconds, they'll be like, WandaVision Cap. You know what I mean? Like it'll be they'll make one.
But for me, like because the movie is pretty much epic as well.
Right.
So this would kind of encompass
Yeah, I mean, and plus it's it was in the iconic scene, right?
Yep.
Optical, like
where
he's like.
The only thing maybe is the I hate those shields because I break those all the time. To
you gotta be really careful.
Buckles and to insert that little hanger on his back.
Oh my gosh! I wish seriously, I wish Hot Toys would stop it with those
magnets.
I think tell
because the magnets isn't accurate anymore.
Well, what happened is everything is not even the Mjolnir.
Yeah.
It's plastic.
Oh.
The thing is, the reason for that is it doesn't fall down because
It's heavy.
I remember this guy right here because it's what is it here? See how he's got the metal in the hand
Mhm.
so that you can put a. But it's so heavy. It's hard to pose him like that though,
Mhm.
I hope
because
it doesn't flake though. Oh well, maybe that's gone. Remember like the first Avenger cap and the other caps, it started flaking because they're plastic and the
yes,
coating.
yes, I think they learned from that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen with this one. I
Hmm.
think it's the type of paint they use too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
accuracy aside, I think the magnet is just so comfortable. Like
Right.
you
it
just
is. It
pop it in,
is.
and then I guess they could have made the shield plastic, but like just put a little metal on the back and just have it.
Right.
They could have definitely could have done something like that. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
that's the
about that.
battle. It's like accuracy versus
Right.
what's comfortable because it's accurate for him to
Yeah.
have the strap. So.
Yes.
But in Age of Ultron, he did have the magnet, so like that's why they did it. So
Oh my goodness, that looks good.
Woo, look at that.
yeah,
Picture
the
right
sculpt
there.
is like I would say like a 90-95% sculpt here.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
agree.
like- it's, like, really good.
I 100.
It's not 100, but it's definitely the best cap sculpt. we've got.
Yes, I agree.
By
I
far,
agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
couldn't
Even
agree
the body
more.
proportions. I mean, the D23 looks like crap now.
it does. I always
Yeah,
thought it did, to be honest.
I always I feel bad for the people that paid like $1,000 to pick it up.
right.
1,500.
What
It
is
was
wrong
just
with
Look,
people?
it just looked. If it was clearly rushed, like
Yeah.
it was like
It
it just looked off. It just looked. The proportions looked weird. Like I don't know. It just looked rushed.
Dude, I
Yeah.
don't understand why people did that because when that was released, we already know that this is
Yep.
coming. Like
We
this was
knew.
announced, and then that was kind of like a special something. So I guess if you just can't wait for this, then I guess you bought that. But
I think
mean,
it was
it
more
was-
like the exclusivity of that version. You know what I mean?
It was
That's why they were
$200.
doing it.
It was $199 at D23 when I went. That's how much they were
Oh,
selling.
That's
for.
really good. Yeah.
That's
Oh my
not bad.
God,
Except I got there too late and they didn't have any more. But that's how much
That's how much
they said it
for.
was.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess for 199, that's decent. You can just get one. But that doesn't have a head sculpt too, right? It just
No, it
No.
doesn't. Yeah.
It didn't have.
And look, it's still. I'm looking at eBay. It's still selling for like $2,000,
Whew.
$900. I mean, they're asking. That's their asking price.
$2,000 for D23.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's like a real limited edition. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
like they're not
well-
making that version again.
Oh my gosh, one sold in December 9th though, for $939. Like,
I would
mean, that-
sell if I had it.
Oh yeah,
Wait, I know.
it's
I'll
limited
just
for a reason. It's not that good.
try to get half of my money back and just buy this one. Buy two of these one actually.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, remember those Iron Man, the silly things? I think the gray ones, the gunmetal ones.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had one of those. Yes.
Yeah, they're like super rare, but rare doesn't equate to good though. And those were going for like,
And
like
they're
thousands.
so. I mean, they're so loose. The legs are so loose. You can't post them.
Yeah,
I mean, they were just like. I mean, the legs. You can't. It doesn't stand by itself. It's hard because the joints are so loose.
yeah.
So I finally got rid of it. I just like, okay, I'm done. And
Those are
it's
like-
not as good once the die cast starts coming in, and
Yeah.
you're like, forget
I
it. Like,
even bought those the Tony Stark, the one where he looks like a cowboy, whatever that name is.
oh, you know what? They only sold those in Hong Kong.
Yeah, and then I bought it. I was like, oh, it's super rare, so I'll get one. And I was just like, yeah,
You
there's
still have it?
something
It's rare still, huh?
I sold it right away too.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I
you were
did.
able to
I was just like, oh man, I forgot the name, but he looks like a cowboy
yeah.
from Brokeback
was from-
Mountain. Yeah,
Iron Man 3, I think. Wasn't it? The
yeah.
one that
They used to
yeah.
call it the Brokeback version, but I forgot. But yeah, man, this is awesome. I can't wait. Hopefully, this gets here in the States by around March.
Right.
Hopefully.
You know what I want to get to is a battle damage Thanos.
Mm.
yeah.
They'd have pulled a fast one on collectors too. Like they announced the Thanos, the
know.
armored
Right.
version. Everyone pre-ordered that, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, there's a battle damage Thanos." So it's like,
Yeah, I'm waiting on that one. Yeah.
It looks
Kinda
very
like-
cool.
kind of like what they did with 85. 85, they put the announcement, everyone bought it 85, and then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, forgot to tell you, there's a
I was like,
The one
what
you
the
really
heck?
want.
I
Right.
know. It's like, or they could have just put a faceplate like they used to make it
Right.
Rose Hill. That's what it was.
Rose of Iron Man.
Yeah, like for most people with the Mark 85, like if you have to choose one, you're getting the battle damage. Like
You get
the battle
because
damage,
everyone
exactly.
wants him in the snap pose. So like
Exactly.
like you're getting the battle damage if you got to pick one for like
Then
90% of
you
people.
answered your question, Will. Wait and do
Yeah.
not get the
Right,
regular
that's
one.
what I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna get the regular one. I
There
think
you
I'm just. I don't think I need both Mark 85s. I think I
No.
just need one. I just need to get
Yeah.
the
Those
battle
are
damage.
only for the crazy ones like me.
Right.
For me,
I can't find myself in that boat yet.
so for
I
me,
mean-
like with this cap, like if I were just to own like a cap and an Iron Man, which in terms of Marvel figures, those are two I probably want to have in my collection only. I'll probably go with a Mark 46, which I'm hoping Hot Toys does a reissue for that, because I think that's the best like Iron Man figure I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah,
I would get that.
The 46. It's just because it's just so proportional, just so like I love the design of it. It's just that just says Iron Man in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's people that have their favorite versions of an Iron Man figure or Iron Man suit, but that's mine. 46 and this cap. I will put them together and call it a day, and
Right.
that's
Yeah,
it.
see, I'm a Mark 7.
I'm a Mark
Okay.
7 too, Mila. That's my favorite.
There you
Yeah,
go. It's Mark 7.
I love that suit.
Yeah, I have
I think it's
brand new
perfect.
appreciation for that Mark 7. You know, the more Iron Man you get, because initially when I saw the 50, it was like kind of like the nanotech. It looks sleek,
Right.
it looks
Yeah.
nice. But now that you got 85, now the Mark 7 is kind of being the rare one, kind of
Right.
like with Thor before. You know, when we all the Thors that we got was the sleeve Thor.
Right.
And then the sleeveless one on forgot the movie, and they were like, "Oh man, we got to get that." But now all we're getting a sleeveless Thor. Now the sleeve Thor became the different one. What the heck is that?
PJ is having a
Allowing it to
technical.
cool.
what the?
You need,
Man,
you need to
it's like you're too hot. You need to cool down.
It's
Hey, is that
looking
wrong?
at that Robin too much. That's what he was doing.
That's right.
His screen overheated.
Oh man, he overheats, PJ. My
But
goodness.
but I think for real, like honestly, Milo, you have to tell me if I'm crazy here. I'm thinking about keeping my Civil War cap, even though I'm getting Endgame. I might get 2 Endgames. I really like that figure. I don't want to sell it really.
If you know,
So
Sorry about
Collection
that,
is-
guys. I don't know what happened.
you're back, PJ.
I'm sorry.
keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it, Will. It's because if we like something as a collector, it doesn't matter if others don't think it's nice. If you think it's nice, if you think it's nice, you keep it.
As optical zooms in on Robin's
Exactly.
Oh, PJ gotta
Robin's
cool down, man.
bulge.
Gotta cool down.
PJ, Robin overheated your screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta cool down.
Yeah, it was like boom.
It exploded.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, of course, it's probably because of Robin. Thanks, Derek.
I would say though, even if I know PJ's like he collects Marvel too, but even if you're a hardcore, let's say Star Wars just collector, you owe it to yourself at least to get one cap and one Iron Man.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pick your favorite Iron Man, but get this cap.
Yeah, get this.
I like that. Pick your favorite Iron Man and just get this cap. That's
Because
it.
this
Don't
is
pick
the
anything.
honestly, I mean, Civil War is great too, and I actually have Infinity War, and I really like it. I don't think Infinity War is the definitive cap though. I just like
Yeah.
the look. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I had the Civil War one. I liked it a lot, but I still felt like even though it was just like his faceplate, I still
Right.
felt it was kind of off. But this one was, I mean, like just through the pictures, I was like with the helmet and everything, it just looks so proportional and so accurate to the character that, yeah, this is like seriously like a no brainer. And I'm not sure when, if this sells out, I'm not sure when, Cap will come back again, but I'm sure it's going to be a while before he makes another MCU appearance. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This is your chance,
I just
right
think
now,
we'll
I
get-
think Falcon is the Captain America.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause he gave
Yeah.
He gave his.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like once you get this cap, like you would look at your Civil War cap like a bit differently. Kind of
That
like,
might happen, man. I might get it and be like, I don't need both, and then just
right.
sell it,
'Cause
you know
I
what I
think
mean?
the suit is
But decide
But we'll
once you
see.
have
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
exactly.
sell before I get the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I hate sometimes when you sell something, you go, "Oh, why?"
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I hardly sell anything though, but when I do, I don't
Plus-
even like make money on it. I just when I want to get rid of something, I just get rid of it. Either I give it away
Right.
or I sell it for like cheap.
I believe you, Mila, because I got like 5 figures from
Yeah.
Mila for like
Yeah, same.
Mila, I
gave me
need
the-
to message you then
Yeah,
because
You know what?
Milo
Will?
was Milo was so
No,
nice.
hey, hold on now. After everything I've done talking about Robin's bulge all night,
Yeah, seriously,
I
that was
deserve
a good
better.
half hour.
Mila's my contact for super cheap figures, man. So
Hey,
Yeah,
I gave you a good deal on Mandalorian, right?
oh yeah,
What's up?
What you saw? What?
Maya,
What?
which
Milo?
Mando? The OG Mando?
The OG Mando.
See,
I
I would have
optical.
bought you. I would have bought
told
you.
you, hey,
Optical.
I told
You lucky
I said,
son
hey, I
of
have
a.
2. If you want one of them, just let me know.
Wow, optical.
I have 2, but I'm not selling them because I love this figure.
That thing is going to skyrocket.
I'm actually ordering the. So I have the deluxe coming,
Ooh.
but I'm also, I think, once Sideshow have the regular version of the best car, I think I'm gonna get that too.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
wow.
Yeah, so I'll have one deluxe and one regular because I wanna. I'm gonna get a head sculpt of Pedro
Pedro.
Pascal, and so one with a head sculpt and one without. And then I'll use one of the Grogu.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I will say, if you guys have, like PJ was saying, if you guys have the OG Mando, hold the line. Don't sell because it's going to go up more in value. Like, don't sell now. Don't cash out now.
Mine, so
Yeah, don't cash out now. It's high now, but it's going to keep going up.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think they're gonna make because. I mean, he's not going to go back to that suit again. Why would he? Right?
They could
never
reissue it if it got too crazy. So pick the
Yeah.
right time. But I think it's going to keep going up for a while.
He
Yeah.
might get robbed somewhere, when he's doing a side mission again. So he
Right.
might go back to this kind of look.
Maybe they'll do a flashback or something.
You know, I have the Mark 47, and I remember seeing it on eBay for like 1,500.
Yeah.
But never once I was enticed to sell it. I still have the original one. It's because I like it that much. If I like something, I don't care if it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
What?
See, I'm not gonna see
No.
optical. Member, I was the same. I said,
Optical
man,
not.
We
Optical
packed it
not.
for 1,000. Man, 46, you're good, but I'll see you later.
Yeah, not me. I would not.
see, I'm like Milo, man. If I
I'm the-
knew
You
I
know-
couldn't, if I knew I couldn't get that figure back, you know what I mean? Like the question you guys posed to me the other night. Like, if you know you have to sell your figure, like, what's the price you would do if you can't get it back after you sell it? Like, I wouldn't sell it for $5,000 if it was Avengers Loki and I knew I could not get another one. Like, not selling it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm like that with statues, just because I know they won't make them anymore.
Because they're
they're
limited edition.
they're very very limited. But with figures, I always knew that they were going to like get better or reissue it. Like if they're gonna reissue it, they'll might improve on the sculpt or on some of the accessories. So that was always my mindset when I got into collecting. But like the 46, going back to what Mila said, I'm weak. So if I'm weak like optical, I'm like, man, this is the best Iron Man figure. I'm never selling it. Oh, here, by the way, here's how much I want to. Some guys like, oh, how about for this much? Oh, yes, here we go. I'm gonna put back the plastic where it belongs.
But PJ, I bet you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that with Darkseid Anakin, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, for the right price.
For the right
See?
price.
I sold Darkseid Anakin for like $450 on eBay. I think that's what it ended up with.
That's low now.
That's low. That's
very
low.
low. Yeah. And the funny thing is, people were messaging me and they say they're asking me how much. I said $450, and they're like, "Oh, that's too high." Da, da, da. Okay,
Really?
well, they
Nope.
just lost out, right?
Yeah. I think it's higher now too, right?
It's probably
higher.
like 600 now at least.
$600.
The only thing is, with $450, I just barely got even because eBay gets you, right?
Yeah, eBay shipping.
Shipping.
Paying-
Yeah, you're
I
not
had to
really
pay
getting
tax
400.
on it when I bought it. It's not like I paid the 200 and something. That's you gotta add the tax
Right, and
and
shipping.
the shipping, and then when you sell it, you gotta add the eBay, 10%,
10%.
and not just the
PayPal,
eBay, but PayPal too.
PayPal takes 3% too. So
So I barely just got my money back. So and your time to package it and you wrap it and everything, and your time to. So I mean, you're not really by the end of it, you didn't really make money on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's with you.
That's why I don't like selling on eBay. Just
Yeah.
because like
Better to
you
go
know,
on Facebook.
yeah. But Mila, if you have any wink wink, any Star Wars wink wink, that's it.
You
That's
got
all.
the two best one. I gave you a good price on
I
those.
know you did, but if just
And they're like brand new. They're like
I
sealed too.
know. Oh my gosh,
I got to
Mila.
get
How are
some
you
stuff
gonna
from
get that?
Mila.
You
I've
never
not yet to buy anything from you, so it's my turn. So I think
Optical.
I'll
It's
say
time
well.
to. It's time to. You know. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so Mila, by the way,
I see how it really is now. Okay.
I was like, damn, you
that's
kicked
what
me out
happened.
too.
Because I
you
have
just got two on
when
Star Shield.
I buy figures, sometimes I have multiples that I buy them because I don't know, okay, like how I want to pose them, or so I ended up selling some of them. And if it's somebody I know and because you guys have do a lot for the community, so
Oh,
selling it for less, it makes me even happier
Not
to
I
let it
can
go
speak for
for the price
myself,
that
not
I
for the
do
community.
because of
Yeah.
what you guys
I'm maximizing my value when I sell.
say.
yeah, no, but
I'll be
Me.
like,
I
I'd
know
love to
what
help you out, but like,
my husband.
I just sold Gentle Giant Revan actually, and a guy messaged me on eBay. He was so nice. He was like, "Man, would you take 500?" I was like, "Nope, because I can get more." I was like,
Okay,
I'd love to help
did
you
I,
out, but
did I tell you guys that I sold what is that? What's his name? Deluxe Jean Urso.
Yeah.
oh, what'd you sell that for?
And no, wait. So
what?
wait.
Wait.
Deluxe Jean Urso. I sold it with the what's his name? The robot.
Oh, K2SO.
K2SO.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to.
PJ, you're breaking PJ's heart
Hold on.
$350
for
for both
both.
of them
Oh my god, when was
on
this?
eBay. Well, I don't know, a couple years
Oh,
ago,
okay,
but
Oh,
okay,
okay,
that's
okay.
not
wait,
as
wait,
bad. Yeah.
wait. So the guy, when I did that, he messaged me, goes, "Oh, by the way, K2SO's finger, it's kind of bent, so I need something to. Can I get like $15 back for to get it fixed or whatever?" I said, "You want $15? Why don't you just wrap it back up and I'll give you a full refund?"
And he
He
was
goes,
like,
Oh,
"Nope."
"No." He's like, "Nope, no."
yeah.
So I'm
Good
just
for
like, you
you.
know what?
Squeeze
You
in
called
more,
his bluff.
huh?
That was pretty good.
Wow.
What a jerk.
I'm like, just
That's
you
why
know
I
what?
hate. I
Go
hate.
away.
Yeah, that's why I don't like selling eBay.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
tried
mean,
to
I
do eBay.
I sold a figure once, right? Like, because I don't know. Back then, like people were like, well, I think they still are get like really into Mezco. So I just bought this like random like special edition like Batman, right? Like, and I was just like, well, I got it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna get into this, like 112 figure line, right? As much as they look cool, like I'm not gonna get into it. So I sold a brand new one on eBay, and the guy that when he got it was like complaining the whole time. Like you could tell that he didn't want the figure anymore,
Mhm.
and he just was trying to find reasons to give it back.
Yeah.
So he opened it up, turned the head like sideways, and said, "Look, it came like this. I want to return it." And I'm like, "What?"
Just
I,
turn
I,
it back.
and I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I was just having a bad day, but I was really fighting for him not to return it. I'm like, well, open up a case. Let's go through all the channels. Like, are you kidding me? I was like, you open up the figure and you turn the head sideways. It's not broken. Like
And they're like what, like $100?
Dude.
yeah. And I'm like, oh
I'm
First and
like,
foremost,
dude,
PJ,
you know
I
what?
cannot believe you're into Mezco.
For $100.
no, I wasn't. I was just like, I just bought into the hype for that because everyone's like, oh my gosh, get this Batman.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay.
Well,
Hello.
speaking,
So speaking of mezcos, I had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them.
Mhm.
And I know Cletus loves them, right? Like,
Yeah.
you guys ever heard of Cletus? He's a
Yeah.
boxer, but
Yeah.
okay. So then, I said I'm getting rid of some of my mezcals. I wanted to get rid of them, so he messaged me, "Hey, how much do you want for them?" I said, "For you, Cletus, $100 for the whole thing." He goes, "What?" For 5 mezcals, which are like $89 a piece.
yeah.
I gave him
Wow.
$100. He couldn't believe it. He goes, "Oh my god!" Because you know what? It's either I get $100 or it sit in a can, collecting dust. That's how I see these things. See, I don't see
Right.
money. I see
Yeah.
junk,
Face and
quarter, and I'd
Oh,
rather
my
have somebody for
Mila,
it.
looking at your cabinet on the back, I see some space that you could like free up. So
Yeah,
we
free
can
ups
talk
is
That's
later.
why I got 3 hot toys
Okay,
today, yo.
it's just collecting dust in there. So let me collect those dust.
I'm Mila, I can't tell. I'm looking for a first order trooper at some point. So if someone wants to sell one for cheap, I'm looking.
You know what I have? I
First
love
order
my
Stormtrooper?
and people just gang up on it on how bad it is. Is the stormtrooper from the Mandalorian, the one that's
A
all
remnant
A
trooper?
remnant?
remnant. Oh yeah,
I
I
think people
loved
like
it.
that, don't they?
That
I
would be
know,
good.
but when it first was released, people were
Oh,
like,
okay,
"What is
yeah.
that?" And then I'm like,
Yeah.
now like everybody's like going crazy looking for it. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You guys did, you know?
Yeah.
But it didn't last. I'm so surprised it didn't last. I mean, I think that's what made it so popular right now is because it was gone. And I still have in the box, still sealed. I haven't opened it up. The solo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
so,
have the
yeah.
solo and the mud trooper, right?
The mud trooper?
What?
Wow.
And I have the what do you call that? It's still sealed. The one with the stormtrooper. It's a trooper from Solo. What do you call it? I forgot.
A patrol trooper?
Yeah,
Patrol
patrol
trooper. I
trooper.
got
Yeah.
that too. I got I got some that are still steel because I don't know what I want to do with it yet.
You can
And
sell it.
I have Solo
It's
Mall
just
too.
collecting dust at this
Still in
point.
the box.
Mila, if you want to sell Solo Mall, that's one I would buy because PJ was trying to hook me up and I just waited too long. So
Really? You
yeah,
waited on that one?
yeah, because I have Phantom Menace Mall and PJ too. I have the premium format Darth Maul too. So I was like, how many Darth Malls do I
Will.
need? And then yeah, I waited, but I've seen him
Guys.
pop up recently. But dude, I love the Phantom Menace Mall. It's so good. I don't feel
Yeah.
like I need more than one. But if Mila's selling it, then maybe I do.
Yeah. Hey, Will, optical. Because Austin Crafton is asking a couple of questions.
Oh yeah, he's asking about the 85 being the goat of all Iron Man. I don't think so. Yeah, that head sculpt cannot be the goat.
What do you guys think is?
For me, it will be 7.
For me, it's 7 too.
As far as figures, I mean, you can't swap out, like pieces. It has that pod. So as far as value, I mean, and also the head sculpt because of it doesn't take out the hair and all that stuff. So I think it has the best likeness so far.
I think it's just for me, it's the presence of it. I just like the way it looks.
Me
It
too.
could be at the end of the day, it could be the battle damage 85. But for me, as of now, what
Right,
we
it's a
do
good
have,
point.
I would say 7. Yeah.
What do you think, PJ?
I'm-
46?
Yeah, I'm gonna be biased. 46, baby. It's just because, like with him, he's got a battle damage. He's kind of like bruised up.
Yeah.
I like it. I really do.
I
I don't know.
have the concept art 46.
Oh, that's a good one
Those
too.
are-
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good one too.
The 46 concept art. I have the 47.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Mark
have
4.
the ones that people don't like right now. The neon ones.
Oh, no.
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like they don't like it now. They don't like it ever.
I
But
don't. It's not for me.
I collect everything. I even have the old Midas.
The
The
old
one that
oh.
the chrome that's from they only sold it in Hong Kong. They
Yeah,
never
didn't do like a rose gold of that too, like chrome, like super chrome, something like really shiny, and
That's
then
what I have. That's what I have. I sold the original version of the plastic one, but I kept the one that's the gold, the chrome version because it's so unique for me because they never sold it in America. It was only in Shanghai, Disney in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
A lot of people
So
are
I
saying so too. I would say though, if somebody says Iron Man, 4 is the first one that pops in my head. Like if like without if like a
4?
casual person, 4 would be like, hey, is this Iron Man? Like 4 always pops into my head.
Yeah, and Mark 46, Mario Cortez. Shout out to Mario and his new show, In and Outs of Collecting from
Yes,
Collecting Weekly.
I watched it, Mario.
Mario's
It's
great.
really good.
Yeah.
And Frank and Sons, I've been there a few times, and it's really an incredible place to go to. So, if
Yeah.
any of you are going to visit Los Angeles, that's one of the places I would recommend. You
Yeah.
guys, because you like it, and so watch Mario's show because he would really show you the things that you could see in that. So it's
Yeah,
very
Mario
and-
will show you more than figures. So Or
Yeah,
places to go.
he's such a cool dude. I haven't even
Yeah.
known him that long, but he's been so friendly and
Oh,
cool.
I
Yes.
met him in person. I
Yeah,
went
Mario's-
and
Oh, you
I
did?
dropped.
Oh, yeah, the
Yes,
statue.
I
Yeah.
dropped the statue into his house. I drove to Orange County. He lives very close to
That's cool.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
So you guys
Yeah.
met in person. I'm so sorry, Mila.
Oh, he's such a great
Oh,
guy.
PJ overheated again.
Oh, here we go.
It's Robin.
This
My
is the
God.
thing. PJ does not want to buy a new computer. He would rather he used the money for a statue. So he ends up always crashing.
I will
I-
just one. Oh my God! One more.
PJ,
One more point on the Iron Man thing while we look at Robin's junk here. So,
Yeah.
like, I'll say the reason I love the 7-2 is not just because of the look. Avengers 1 is what made me an MCU, like, diehard fan. So, like, that suit has such a big presence in that
I'm back.
film, and that's my emotional connection with it. You
There's
know,
your
like,
connection with it,
so, like,
yes.
I have such a big connection to the Mark 7. That's a big reason why it's my favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue, Will. So speaking of connection, that's what our title is today, like the beginning. So when did you start like collecting?
Can you?
And how-
All right, first of all, can you take down this Robin? Like seriously, my
it needs to stay, PJ.
my camera cannot take this. It's getting too hot, guys.
Exactly.
Make it
Okay.
your wallpaper.
Boost in and
Optical.
out though.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
goodness! Now my whole computer's gonna crash.
Okay.
No, but like I was gonna say, shout out to Mario. You know, great guy, and can we all please beg Mario to pick up the Mythos Star Wars statues? Mario, just do it.
Pick it up.
And yes, Mario, I would love to join you in the show sometime. Of course. Of
So
course.
yeah, definitely check out his show. So, yeah, sorry about that. Optical.
Oh, thanks, PJ. You
So,
just ruined
Will,
the
so how
segment
did you
here.
start?
You did a good segue, and then you just ruined it.
I know, man. We had a perfect segue going.
That was,
Yes.
that was, I
Let's
practiced that.
let's go to the youngest, then to the
Oh,
oldest.
the youngest.
When did you start collecting, Will?
So we're going by age now.
Yes.
We're going. Okay,
Well, in that
youngest,
case, no, I'm
oldest.
just kidding.
Okay, so I started collecting. Actually, my first Hot Toys figure was actually the Force Awakens Kylo Ren, because Optical and PJ know this about me. Mila, this is your first time meeting me, I think. So I love Kylo Ren. I'm a big sequel trilogy apologist. So like I always catch a lot of flack for that, but I'm fine with it because I love the sequel trilogy. So I love Kylo. He's my favorite Star Wars character. Not probably, he is. So like that was a figure. I always felt like, it's funny, Optical and I have talked about this. When you're outside the Hot Toys game and you look at a Hot Toys figure, you're like, that's overpriced. You're like, I would never pay that for a figure, right?
We
And then-
all go through that. We all
yeah,
went through
and like when I first got, I eventually took the plunge. Hot Toys Kylo. He popped up for like $120 on Facebook, like shipped, and I was like, "That's a good deal. I'm gonna take that." You know what I mean? I know what these Hot Toys figures go for. I'm gonna take it and grab it. So I grabbed it, got it in the hand, and I was like, "This is incredible." And then not long after that, Infinity War Thor was on pre-order. So like, and then I had Doctor Strange on pre-order and Darth Maul. And before I knew it, there were all these things, because like all these figures were coming in, and every time I got one, I was like, it's almost like a rush you get. Not that you're necessarily addicted to it, but they're so good that you get it and you're just like, I'm a collector now, I guess. So, and then it's like a gateway drug. I mean,
and
like,
there's a statue.
yeah. See,
Will,
like
how did
then
you
it's a
find out
statue.
about- How did you find out about Hot Toys though? Because this is not something that just pops up. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like, it's not like you walk into a store and you see a Hot Toys. Oh man, this is cool. This is something you got to
Right.
research or so.
So
How
that's
did
a good
how did you
question.
run into this?
One thing I should say is that like, so I was collecting before Hot Toys, but I was mostly doing replicas, prop replicas. So like helmets, because, and I think I've told PJ a lot, like I do Star Wars costumes in the 501st. So that's really how I started. Like I was always building these costumes, Kylo, Vader, Revan, whatever. And then I knew about Hot Toys because I was in that realm, you know what I mean? Like a mega fan who liked collecting things and building cosplays and things like that. So then Hot Toys I knew about, but I just never took the deep dive because I was like, well, I could get like a really good prop replica or something for my costume instead of spending $300 on a Hot Toys. So then I was like, ugh. And then I got Kylo and I was like, this is really freaking good though. And then it just became downhill from there. And then it's a gateway drug. I started getting into Prime 1 statues, you know, premium formats. Hot Toys are the gateway drug. They really are.
It
You know,
is.
and it is. And like, I've had some like Marvel Legends and Black. I did Black Series for a little while actually. And then I started getting Hot Toys and I'm like, yeah, all these got to go.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly, right?
So it's like, and then when you get these other statues, like I said, Prime 1 and stuff, like it's a gateway, and that's how I started, because I was always a mega fan of these films, and I've been reviewing them for like 4 or 5 years, and I was like, I love these films so much, I need representations of the characters in some way. So that started why I started collecting, and I think it's just now I try to get things I have emotional connection to, like
That's
you know
smart. That's a
right,
smart
like,
way to
so
do
I'll
it.
keep them, right, like because
Yeah.
sometimes then I feel like if I fall out of love with a figure, so to speak, like I'll sell it, like I'll sometimes I'll like I try not to buy in the hype too much, but I'll see reviews of figures from PJ or Optical or whoever, and I'll be like, that looks really good. But like, and then I've gotten a lot better about not getting figures I don't really want. Like, for example, like the Mud Trooper, people went crazy over. I didn't get it. Like Krennic, people went crazy over. Like, it looks great, but I have really no connection to those characters. Like, I like Han Solo. I got that figure, the young Solo, but I try to be real particular about what I'm getting. So, but overall, yeah, that's kind of my mindset. I got into it because I was into cosplay originally anyway, and then it just became I needed something to connect with the characters, and this was the best way to do it.
Were you
Yeah,
collecting
we're
like
all
toys even back then, Will? Like just not premium toys, just like like cheaper toys.
Sometimes I would get like a Marvel Legends or Black Series or something like that, but
Mhm.
I've never really been big into Funko Pops. Like I like some of them. I have like maybe 5 to 10 like of characters, like Joel, for example. Optical, I love Joel, so I
Yeah.
got his Funko Pop. Like, so stuff like that I'll get, but no, not really. I kind of went. I started with Black Series for a while, and I actually had a bunch of those. I was starting a collection of those, and then I got my first Hot Toy, and like I said, I was like, yeah, these got to go. So that's what happens, man. You get something like that, and you're just like, and it kind of even like, I don't know, some of the statues I've gotten from like Prime One and stuff. I'll look at some of the Hot Toys and be like,
Yeah.
like that Prime One's a little bit better, but it just depends on the figure and the character. So anyway, that's probably a long story, but that's my story.
PJ, how did you start?
Oh, well, for me, I've collected. Obviously, I think we go through that process of starting small.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got into Funko Pops, and then I was like, I got a couple Star Wars ones, and I started looking at them, and I'm like,
What year was this, PJ? Were you actually
uh,
started collecting, like crazy collecting, not just
oh,
buying here and there, kind of like, all right, I'm gonna complete this line or something, even the
uh,
cheap ones.
I would say, shoot, like I think I started going crazy around 2013, 2014. With the like I after I like kind of like was getting bored of like Funko Pops and Black Series, I was like,
Mhm.
I started looking around, and well, I got into Kotobukiya statues, and I like them, but um I just wanted like a little bit more like what's that called, more detailed collectibles. So I started searching the internet, and then the first thing that came up was Han Solo and Chewbacca 2-pack from Hot Toys, and I'm like, oh wow, look at that Han Solo, that looks really really good. And then I saw the price, and I'm like, $400 something dollars. How the
Yeah.
hell am I going to
Right.
support that? I mean, buy that. So, long story short, there was a collectible store in New Jersey, and that just strictly sold a lot of Hot Toys, a lot of statues. So I decided to go there, and I met the guy there, and I started talking to him. And he's the guy who gave me all this advice about collecting, about not going back and trying to buy old figures, and the advice of always, don't don't overpay for a figure, try to like move forward. Technology is always going to get better. I didn't make that up. Someone gave me that advice, and I took it as not like really good knowledge and advice, and I went with it, and I use that to this day in terms of collecting. So long story short, we talked for a while. I didn't buy anything from him, but then like it came to my birthday, and I was eyeing some Boba Fett stuff, like the statue and the hot toy. So my wife bought me the my first hot toy was a Boba Fett Return of the Jedi figure, and I remember getting that thing, and the box was cool. And I went home, opened it up, and I was just like seriously blown away with just first the smell, then right, like when you open like the hot, like you get that unique hot toy smell. It's probably like cancerous, but anyway, it smells really good.
The best kind of cancer.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you start like taking out the plastics and everything like that, and you start putting all like the little accessories on his pants. And well, one thing that I was discouraging is the stupid like
The jetpack.
rocket pack, the jetpack. And then I noticed like some of his armor was kind of off, and then I started looking on the Facebook groups, and I came across Tashi Station, Facebook group, and they were the first ones in terms of Hot Toys Facebook groups that I went to get my information. So shout out to them. But yeah, like started with that. And then I started picking up a whole bunch of other things. I got like into DC, Marvel. I was lucky enough to pick up the Hot Toys War Machine diecast Mark I figure. And I remember with that one, I hit up the collectible store, and I said, "Hey man, can you get that figure?" He's like, "All right, let me call the Sideshow and see if I could get one." He goes, "Dude, I could only get you one. Let me know now." So I picked it up. Next, did you know that they weren't selling that figure on the website?
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
no one knew that. So I actually, there was a link to the figure, but not to the pre-order or to buy it. So I remember like hitting up like Sideshow. I was like, "Hey, is there a reason why like you're not selling this?" And they like looked into it. They're like, "Oh shoot, like wow, like you're right. Like there's no link to buy it. We'll fix that now." And then as soon as they fixed it, it sold out. Anyway, long story short, I got the set. One of my first figures was the War Machine Mark I diecast figure. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
I still have mine.
Well, I sold mine because
I know
Yeah.
you sold yours to
He
me.
goes on and on about how
That
much he
was
loves it. He's like, "Yeah, I sold it."
I love it so much that someone offered me like made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I sold it. No, but and it was just like one after another, man. Like it was just like as you get more figures in and more, like Iron Man, War Machines, and dude, it's just like every time you open something, you're like, "Oh my gosh," it's like a drug. It's like, "Oh my gosh," that feeling, like of opening a Hot Toys and just taking out the accessories and playing around with the figure and posing it. And I was hooked. And then, obviously I did collect some statues with it, and collecting statues was very unique in its own sense. So, it's just different. Like you can't compare Hot Toys and statues,
Statues is already made for you. It's
Yes.
already made to just put it on the side and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hot Toys is different.
Yeah.
You create your own vision.
I
You
agree.
create it, not
Yeah.
the sculptor.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's
yeah.
the difference.
That's the difference. And the one thing about statue is that it is like, for me, like a work of art.
Well, you're dealing with anatomy and the paint job.
Yeah.
You're dealing with all that. Very technical. With
Yeah, very
statues.
very technical, because you have to be, because they're trying to nail a pose. They're trying to they're trying to nail a scene. They're doing they're doing a lot of things that you can do with a figure,
And painting statues is it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
but-
you can see cheap paint
Mhm.
and the one that's made with really good painter that knows how to mix the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the one thing about statues is that they have a presence, right? So,
Yes, they do.
when you walk in, like if you're showing someone around your collection room, the first thing they'll do is gravitate to the statue, not just because it's just because they have, like, they're big.
Oh, the
Right.
size, the quarter
The
size.
The size, yeah.
The
Even
size.
if it's 1/6, the size, because of the base that it stands on, it still looks bigger than the Hot Toys.
Unless
Yeah.
your Hot Toys is Robin, then they will gravitate.
Oh,
more to
well,
Robin.
yeah. Well, that's a quarter
For
scale.
other reasons.
No,
Because
that's
of the
like I
size.
said, that's a quarter scale package. But oh no, don't please. My camera already overheated
Multiple times.
multiple times. But you know what? What thing with Hot Toys is that, like, you could collect all the characters that you need to collect. With statues, you got to be really selective because they're big and they're more expensive. But with Hot Toys, if you want to complete the Clone Wars line, You know, Hot Toys is going to do that for you.
So it's so much easier to achieve $300, $400, than $1,000 for the XM
Right.
or
Yeah.
1500. You know,
And like PJ said, the space.
The
So-
space,
and the
yeah,
space. Oh yeah,
yeah. But the one thing, if you do decide to collect both, is that it is just ups your collection room so much.
so much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
Even-
yeah, it's just because you could. Okay, so you say you have the Kylo Ren and you want to display it next to the Kylo Ren statue, and you put it together with a lightsaber hilt. It just looks like super epic, and then you put like a nice like art print in there, so it just makes it stick out more, in my opinion. I've obviously, if you just have like, not to name any YouTuber names, but you know, if you do just have just overabundance of figures and they're all displayed, it just looks cluttered. Even with statues, there could be someone with a whole bunch of statues and it would just look cluttered.
Yeah.
That's why to me it's better if and that's I have so much that I would just box them up and recycle them through. Depends on what I'm into at the moment. Because
Actually,
if you,
yeah, that's a great that's a great
Yeah.
way, because my friend does that with his statues. You know, like if you
box it up, put it away, and then so now you got the clean look of each.
Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
and that's what he does with, like, because he has like he's got like a whole like storage house of
Mhm.
statues, right? But like if he wants to do like a theme, like, oh, I want to do Marvel to this month or this next couple months, he'll box up the DC stuff and put up the Marvel, and they all look great.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and yeah, and I'm always
It's a
open
lot of
minded.
work, but you know,
That's a
like
part
I
of it.
say, like over here, like this is my my room. I actually sit and drink my coffee in the morning and enjoy my display.
Yes,
But if I'm sick of that, I will pack it up. I will make on a weekend, pack the ones I don't want to look at anymore, and take out the new ones or something else that I like. That let's say if I'm watching DC at the time, which is Justice League is coming, so I'm gonna put my Justice League's figures, Hot Toys, back into my display.
And can I ask you guys like something too? Is that like, doesn't it feel good when you just, I don't know, whatever you drink, coffee or beer or whatever, or wine, and you're drinking, you got the movie of the character of the hot toy that you just bought, and you're watching and you're putting your figure together. It just doesn't beat
It's very
Yeah.
enjoyable. That's
Yeah,
what
it
I
is.
yeah, or
Yeah.
even like with statue. But yeah, like, for me, I'm very open-minded with a lot of like with collecting, not only with hot toys statues, but with art prints and stuff like that, just because to me they're all works of art. I see like Mila, she's sculpting, and I see the hard work that she puts into it.
Yeah.
How she started all the way up to now, what like where her
It's a lot of
portrait,
work.
it's a lot of work, but I'm just saying, like, I appreciate that, and that's why I try not to really bash like a
Yeah.
figure before, like, like until I get it in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Someone out there is working hard on that one.
Yeah, because
Unless
someone
we're
out
Asmus.
there,
Asmus.
or
Asmus.
Star Ace. I was gonna say Star Ace. You mean? No, but like, it's, I get it, but it's also but yeah, like, and I appreciate it. It's all work. All of this is a work of art, and art is subjective.
Yeah, let me ask you though, because every new collector that's starting, and I think you're the one who can relate to this more, because when you started collecting hardcore, you already have a family. You got kids, you got a wife. Most collectors, when they start, they're in denial, right? I'm gonna get a detail. Once I fill that detail, I'm
Right.
done. Right. So did you get that kind of like commitment because of the price? And initially you see
No, the F that commitment, because right now my wife is like, she's like waiting for me, because I have like right now I have 3 Mythos statues in the dining room.
Ooh.
you went that way?
You're gonna be sleeping on the
Got
couch,
all
PJ.
three, huh?
Well, they just got in. I've been, dude. We had like 2 feet of snow. Like I had that time. No, but like that, and I do have the Jabba the Hutt 1/6 scale figure from Sideshow. That box is huge. And no, I've gone past that oh, I'll only fill this DTOF and I'm
How
done.
about when you started? Did you have like which franchise? I know you love Star Wars, but did you have
Oh,
all right, as soon as I get like the OG Star Wars, I'm done. You know, we all break that. But how did
no,
you start out like that?
how dude, like I was all over the place when I first started, and that's why I try to give collectors advice, like try to have a focus, because I got out of hand. Like I seriously got out of hand.
You're still out of hand.
I'm still out of hand.
Yeah, you're
No,
still
but
at hand.
I'm
We
still
all
out
are.
of
We all are.
But no, I was like on Sideshow's website every single day. Like
Mhm.
at work, my coworkers are like, "What's wrong with you?" Like I'm like, hot statues, hot toys. Those look good. Maybe I want a Batman premium format. I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't know. So I was just like kind of like all over the place with my collecting. But then like I started like honing down, focusing, just because I realized that like selling statues can, and hot toys can be really troublesome. And, like Mila, you said it yourself, like, before, with some of the troubles that you went through. So right now I'm pretty selective with stuff. In the most part, like,
Yeah, I can see that, PJ.
Yeah,
You bought two
yeah.
rancors.
he did buy 2 Rancors.
Hey, listen, they're in the Star Wars realm.
But who you know who you're talking to, Optical? I have 3 Jokers.
You got 3 Jokers.
So I mean,
because you
that's
guys are
because of PJ,
really
man. Like I've been hanging out with him too much on the live streams. Like
Right.
I'm gonna put all my blame on him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Like that, because that question was hard to ask on Mila, because it was like, "Hey, Mila, what's your?" Mila has no limits, man. But, well, Mila, when did you get started? What year?
Oh, geez, 2012.
Okay,
That's
so
how
you're
long. So
doing
it
this for a while.
started when because I used to belong to Flickr and I used to take pictures. And then I saw this guy just took these amazing pictures of these toys and it's looks so real. I'm like, where did he get those things? And so I started looking, and then I saw something that says hot toys. Googled it. Thank you, Google. And it showed me to the hot toys page. And even then, it didn't pop up. A sideshow didn't pop up, and then but I still kept on looking because I wanted to take a pictures like this guy did,
Mhm.
because you have a lot more control if you're using figures
Yeah.
other than people. You know what I mean? So
Right.
and then I saw Sideshow, and it was just that was it, and it was on eBay too. I went on eBay and I typed in hot. I was like, oh my god! But then it was so expensive. It was like
Okay.
$200. I'm like,
Right.
so I'm just gonna get one. I'm just gonna get so I like eeny meeny miny mo, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get uh Black Widow.
Mhm.
Then Black Widow came in and goes, geez, I'm just gonna get
Lonely.
Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man came. I was like, and then I thought, oh, I could never own an Iron Man. They're so expensive.
Mhm. Right.
And then I mean, I I'll order it from Sideshow, but
Is this Succession, Milo, when you just first bought Black Widow? How far the distances between Black Widow and Spider-Man?
within a week.
Oh my
One
gosh.
week.
That didn't take long.
Holy jeez.
And it's so funny because
approximately 3
my
hours.
daughter was just getting out of high school at the time, my oldest, and she's like, "Wow, this looks incredible, Mom." I said, "I know," and I only had like 3 at the time.
Mhm.
She goes, "Okay, well," so she went to college that year, her first year of college. She came back for vacation, and then I had all these other hot toys. And by this time, when she came back home from college, I had Thor, I had Iron Man, and she looks it up and she goes, "Holy cow, Mom, you have a problem." I said, "I know," and I said, I don't even know what to say to your dad. He just looks at it and just shakes his head and walks away. I'm like,
That's what
"What?
everyone
What
says
got
though,
this
who's not a
thing out?"
collector. You know what I mean? Collectors,
Yeah.
even if you're not a Hot Toys or statue collector, they understand it if you collect
Yeah.
something. But if you
But
don't, people think you're crazy.
yeah, and at first he was like, and then and then I thought, gosh, and I really love the head sculpt. That's what got me too, is the head sculpts. Like
Right.
they're so real. And I'd like to learn how people do that. And so I started, as a matter of fact, before I did that, so I also got Captain America, the Avengers Captain America with
Mhm.
the,
Yeah, with the 2
and
shields.
so I went to YouTube, and that's how I found Uncle Clipper.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then
Uncle
from
Clifford.
then, yeah,
it was Uncle Clipper and then Optical for me.
and then yes, and optical, and then there's Uncle Clipper's got a Facebook. I said, oh, there's Facebook for these things, and then that's how I started with his Uncle Clipper's Facebook page is actually the first group I joined, and then I started from then on. I see other people saying, oh, there's this other, was it 1/6 Republic? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Did you
joined
go to the
that.
forums too back then? The sideshow freaks.
Yeah. Oh, and I was at the Sideshow Freaks too.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I was there too.
Well, I was gonna say Sideshow Freaks. Seriously, a Sideshow Freaks. Just
Yeah, but
because
it's just
it was very toxic. Like you go
oh,
in there,
They can get
people
freaky in there.
oh,
yeah.
they get really freaky.
I'm like
And-
never on there, so I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
no,
I
this-
rarely would go
Kids
in there.
nowadays are what's forums?
I know.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
Yeah,
forums?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
No,
there.
I've been on
too.
there. I've been on Sideshow Freaks to buy stuff. I've had good experiences buying things there.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like it's right now. I'm sure it's changed throughout the years, just because all of them kind of moved over to
To
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Facebook groups.
Gotcha.
But I remember
gotcha.
if that was your only source in terms of like information about hot toys and statues, dude, like I remember like they would like you put a picture up and if it's not like if it wasn't a good picture of a statue or a hot toy, it's getting butchered. Like
Oh yeah.
like if
Yeah,
you
I mean-
like didn't like take a professional picture of your hot toy and you put it up with like the flash on and everything, dude,
Or
like,
sideways.
sideways, dude, you would like leave that
You're gonna
Yeah,
question
I
your
was like,
life.
oh my
You're gonna
God.
question
Oh
your
my
existence.
Why am
yeah,
I
you're
using
like,
this
what
forum?
just happened? Like, you know,
What am I doing wrong with my life?
or even if you ask like a simple question, like a newbie question, dude, you will just get butchered.
Gotcha.
You know, and
Probably
I
butchered
think
you back in the day.
I
Probably
remember
butchered you back in the day.
yeah, you probably did.
He just-
Thanks. I'm like,
I
hey
joined,
guys, should I leave this out in sunlight?
You want a new?
Should I display this
You want
figure
a new-
outside?
I joined 1/6 Republic after that, and same thing. There's a little bit of toxicity
Yeah.
city going on in
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1/6 Society started, and then I was invited there. Actually, I didn't even have to answer a question. I was just invited, and so I joined. And not too long after that, they asked me to be an admin, and so I accepted. And then the next thing I know, 1/6 Republic blocked me. So I'm like, I didn't know what's going on, and they explained it to me that they don't want those two together or whatever
Mhm.
because of the drama. And then so I just like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't need any drama in my life, so it's just a Facebook thing, whatever. But and then from then on, I joined different ones, PJs, and whoever invites me, I go. And then
Yeah.
once in a while, I would. It's just for fun, really, just to because I enjoyed. I mean, these are meant to share, people.
Yeah.
So being rude about somebody's figure, it's let's not do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing like I'm trying to be positive about, is just because there's I feel like it's like gangs, right? Like sometimes like
Yeah.
even sometimes with like YouTubers and Facebook groups, like it's like gang. Like you're like you want to
Listen.
mess with this gang, like you can't go
Listen.
with this gang. Like it's like whoa, like
Not
I'm just here to
everybody-
collect.
Not everybody also can afford to buy multiple things of hot toys and
Yeah, right.
and so I used to get that. It's like people, I would have multiple stuff, and then people go, oh, what do you do? Da da da. I'm like, well, it's none of anybody's business what I do.
Yeah.
Or what I can afford. And when someone posts something that, oh, I've had this for a month, I still love it, and I enjoy that. I said, that is fantastic. It's not about what you can afford and what you can't afford. It's about what you enjoy.
Right.
Exactly.
So let's not forget that, and let's not like gang up on people that could buy multiple and gang up on people that can't afford it.
Well, it's also about sacrifice for me. Like when I first got into the game, like Hot Toys and statues, the first thing I said to myself when I saw these pieces, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, and I saw a statue and some of the Hot Toys there. I'm like, I can't afford this. Like $250, 400.
Yeah, exactly
500.
right. You think you
I was like,
can?
are you kidding me? Who can afford these things? But
Right.
then, like, I think, like, one of my friends who's also a statue collector told me, he's like, listen, dude, go to Sideshow's website, and there's a payment plan.
Yep.
And what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean there's a payment plan? Yeah, you could put it on a payment plan and pay as low as like $50 a month. I was like, there's a gimmick. There has to be some interest involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
no
he's
interest
like, no,
either.
there's no interest. It's just straight up like you're just, paying monthly, like a monthly payment. I was like, no way. So I did my research and I was like, wait a minute, I could pay like this Hot Toy figure like $40 a month. What the hell is like, or $20-$30 a month? That's nothing. That's like seriously like me going out to lunch 2 days out of the week.
Yeah.
And I guys, if you really want something and you want it, just if you're dedicated enough, you'll get it. And some people, it's funny because then some people, oh, how could you afford this? And here they are buying lunch or going out to lunch or dinner every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff. I put all the money on figures.
Yeah, or I just eat ramen noodles. And dude, like
ramen every day.
Dude, I seriously, like, there was like the Thanos on the Throne's Sideshow statue. It was like $1,200. I wanted that statue so bad that I literally for 3 months like sacrificed and just ate cup of noodles like for lunch.
I'm surprised you're still not divorced.
I'm surprised my cholesterol is not like.
He's gonna be soon with 3 Mythos statues in the kitchen. So.
Yeah. But you know what? Also, it's also like what like Optical and I joke around about. It's like using your collection to fund your collection.
Exactly. That's what I did at first. I would look at see what I don't like anymore.
Yeah,
and I say that
don't be afraid to sell.
Yeah, don't be afraid to sell. And I think I'm starting to incorporate that in some of my reviews. But when I talk about, like, some people say, "Oh, you're such an enabler," but no, but like some of the figures like I enable about, and I always say like with that. Come on, guys, how many times have I been saying about the pre-Beskar Mando? I've been saying that, like, dude, like pre-Beskar Mando, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out, and it's going to be a hard figure to get once it sells out. Mm-hmm. And look at it now. Once it sold out, it like jumped to like $400. Yeah. And if someone was like, if like you guys got two, and if you wanted to sell your extra one and make extra cash, you can, and use that to buy another figure. But yeah, also, just going back to like, sometimes like, Opticals talk about like, my wife is like, oh, what? So my wife had one of her friends asked her, it's like, hey, do you let your husband collect all these like figures? Like,
you let?
Why? Yeah. It's like, why? Like, she like asking her like, why? And my wife, thankfully, I think I bought her flowers that day or roses. But anyway, I had to. But she told them, it's like, you know what? It's good because like, first of all, I know where he is. He's upstairs in his room playing with his statues or figures. With his dolls. And at the same time, like, she goes, he's not using that money to drink, go out, do drugs, or go to a strip club. You
still should do, but
which I should do. But I chose. It's like, should I go do a $20 lap dance, or should I just use this for a down payment, like
for payment
deposit for a deposit for
that's
like
2 lap dances though, 6 minutes each.
Optical is an amazing influence.
Yeah, damn it. This stash can get me back in the champagne. But anyway,
there's always special moments that happens. Like with me, my daughter, when I visited her college, she would take me in Pittsburgh and in different comic book stores. She says, "Mom, they sell the stuff that you collect, the hot toys." Da, da, da. And I said, "Oh, okay." So she'll take me to different ones. And there's this one incident where I brought cash with me or whatever, and I saw Supergirl, a statue, which is it was cheap. It was like $100, I think, because it was a DC collectibles, I think, right?
Yeah.
But it's a 12-inch, and I was looking at it, and I didn't know my daughter was watching me looking at it, and then I thought to myself, gosh, I could spend the money here or just save it so I can do more stuff with my daughter. So then I put it down, and then I told my daughter, I'm done looking around, so it's okay if you're ready to go. So she's like, oh, I thought mom, I saw you looking at that thing. I think you're gonna get it. I'm like, no, I changed my mind. I'll probably just get it online when I get home. That way I don't have to, box it and take it with me, right?
Mhm.
So then I got in the car and she goes, oh, I have to use the restroom, mom. I'll be right back. So when she got back, she's got a Supergirl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, I'm trying to save my money so I can spend it on you. And she's like, no, I wanted you to have this, mom. I'm like, you spend money on me. And I was like, I had tears in my
What
eyes.
a great daughter.
I still have it.
You raised her right.
You raised her right. You know what my kids do? You know what my kids do? You know what they gave me? They gave me gray hair. I have to get it colored. So
And
man.
my
See,
kids,
I don't have any hair, so
they
worked out well.
support it. They know, like one of my daughters for Christmas gave me Wicket.
Oh,
she's-
nice.
Oh my gosh, you got
my daughters. They don't make a lot of money, but they, when they can, they can afford it. They give their mom, some toys. And I said, the life has changed. Now my children give me toys, but that's what's when people ask me what your grail is, right? People ask you what's your grail, and they would say, something that's rare or whatever. When people ask me what my grail is, it's the toys that my children have given me. That's my grail because I will never let that go.
yeah, actually,
It's
yeah. I agree with you because it's the same thing too. Like, with my first Boba Fett, my first statue, my first premium format was a Boba Fett Sideshow premium format, and that was my wife gave that to me, and I don't think I'll ever sell it unless someone gives me like $2,000. Then that was
I just want to throw this out there. PJ, you knew I was selling my Gentle Giant Revan. That was given to me as a gift by my ex-girlfriend, so I was comfortable selling that.
Oh,
yeah, you're
like,
good. You're
hey,
good. You're good.
hey, I got a
That's
problem.
good.
I love the statue, and I was going to keep it, but I got a problem for she's an ex. So
Yeah.
at this point, she's fair game.
Get rid of the bitch.
Oh shoot! Damn.
Ew.
Well, I already did Mila because she's already gone. So
There you go.
and I got rid of the stat, but she gave me another figure. She gave me a Last of Us figure. And I still have that, so I love it. She's a nice person. I don't hate her or anything. So this has gotten really personal. I'm not sure why, but
I know. Optical. I was gonna say you gotta throw the OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. You gotta throw that comment up.
Where
Man.
is that? Okay, hold on. Is this the one?
Yeah.
Champagne Riolo, they can both provide lifelong memories.
I was cracking up with
Oh,
that.
I've never been to a strip club because I spent all my money on statues.
No, me
and
neither.
figures,
Will, I've never been to a strip club.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know that the song lasts as long as they do. It's Bud.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know is about figures. I don't know anything about strip clubs. So.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
If this were a strip club podcast, I'd be no use. I'd be like, it sounds cool, but I don't know anything about it.
No idea what you guys are talking about, and this $20 lap dances that they talk about, and
Okay, so
when I go to a
hey,
strip
I'm
club,
gonna
I
tell you
just
guys
close my eyes anyway. And
a funny story. My husband had taken me to the in here in Los Angeles a male strip club.
Oh my god!
what the?
No, he goes, he took me there, right, for fun. I think he just wants to see what I was gonna. My reaction. I was like, "Oh my god, what is this place?" But there's a bunch of women in there.
is
and
that in
they're
California,
loud.
Mario?
In California, they're like
Did you see Mario
loud.
by any chance?
Mario wasn't there, no.
Mario was there.
Wait.
I'd hustle.
Wait, it was Mario like the backup to the backup dancer that night?
I probably.
That
It was
or
so
Danny.
funny because my
Doesn't matter.
husband had given the DJ some money, and so that they called me on front of the stage, and all these strippers just started dancing, and I was just like, just mortified, like, oh my god. So that was my experience on that one. That's my first experience on stripping. But
On stripping.
how about you guys? There.
Oh, come on, man! I just got my camera up. Oh, come on, that's gonna overheat.
Peter, just make it your iPhone wallpaper. You can walk around with it all day.
Dude,
your phone will be on fire by the end of the day. Be smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, it will be like anyway.
We talked about the three of us, right? So what about optical? Because he's like a freaking.
Oh, about
OG.
strip clubs?
Yeah, that's right.
It used to be every Sunday. But,
okay. Now it's every Saturday, every other
like church. But
Optical would go like during like brunch hour. Have like.
No, seriously though, PJ, have you been into a strip club at around 2 p.m.? It's the worst.
I've always heard you never go in during the day. I learned that from a TV show, though. I can't remember which one.
No, don't never go during
They
the
are
day.
open like at 2 p.m. so you can eat burger in there. So like we're eating lunch and you're
Will's
probably
too young. They won't let him in.
They'll ID me. There's no way like I'll be able to get in.
But I mean, like, how could you like? I guess some people can do that, like where they're just eating and watching. I'm
Dude,
like,
we did, yeah. Like we used to eat lunch there, and
oh my god,
was the food good?
no, it's not. But
Does it smell good in there?
So like you could have just gone. You could have just gone to Hooters. Like you could have just gone to Hooters because they have.
There you
food, right?
go.
maybe that's why I turn off the lights here because it just makes me feel at home. So,
dude, and I went into a Hooters once. I felt so uncomfortable, man. Like I just I don't know. Yeah, like the food was good, but yeah, it's good. I was like, this feels weird, man. I didn't like it.
Hooters. I used to go to Hooters a lot, like for like the wrestling matches back in the day.
Oh,
and we would order like 50 wings, and it would be like so great, and the beer, because it was cheap. And but every single time, like you're like, yes, I would like more beer.
It's so funny. You guys,
you can't even go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I had lunch there with my sister.
That you know, when you go to the bathroom,
we didn't find anything
stand up.
uncomfortable.
Come on. Oh God, you keep saying that. I think you know what? Now that thing is just going to be up like every single time, like I do a live stream with you. Just like randomly put it up now.
No one's ever going to be able to get that figure.
I think it's like I have a burnout now. It's like burned into my
The pixels are like slowly burning.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, we're waiting for optical. We want to know how you started.
No, so mine was I never knew about hot toys. I went to a friend of mine's house. I was never into collecting. I was never really into the first movie that I really actually liked was Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. But I never thought of buying anything Lord of the Rings merchandise. When it was shown, I was like, maybe 18, 19. I was trying to be cool, man. I ain't gonna wear like an Aragorn t-shirt.
Right.
That's not a good way to get chicks.
Yeah, I like a Smeagol in here. Hell no. So
oh my God.
I like it, but never really did.
Your pickup lines, my precious. Yeah.
That sounds like a real winner. You should try that.
Then I think 2009, I went to my friend's house, and ironically, he was collecting Iron Man. It was like 2009, and I was just like, dude, this looks cool. Like Iron Man, the plastic ones. And he was just like, oh yeah, it was a hot toy. So it was like, damn, this is nice. And I was like, how much are those? It's like, I want to get one. It was like, oh, this one is like, I got it's really cheap for like 180. And I was like, son of a, are you nuts? What since when this 180 sounds cheap to you for a plastic toy? And this is, like us, like regular dude that watch sports and drink beers. Right. And I was just like, you guys are, and I was telling my friends, so we got like there's like 7 good friends of mine. I was like, this guy's nuts, man. Somebody got to talk to this guy. He's buying dolls for 180. So they were like, so I give him shit about it. But I really love Superman. And when I was in school back then, I saw some statues, when you drop by some stores that you can't afford it. It's like $200. And even if you have $200, you'd buy Jordans instead. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy something else, whatever. Yeah. But so I was just like, you know what? I would just love to have one really good Superman statue or whatever. And then this friend of mine was just like, dude, just get the Hot Toys version. I was like, what the fuck? Stop telling me about dolls, man. I want the statue. It's like 12 inches, looks like Barbie. So this guy, so he told my wife, and then my wife bought it for me. And funny enough, that Superman that Christopher Reeves didn't do anything for me. Got it. I was like, okay, looks cool. Put it aside. Never even looked at Sideshow or Hot Toys, whatever. Just put it aside. And at this time, this was around 2010. I wasn't watching any superhero films. I'm just like, whatever, typical, just watching sports. First time I watched The Dark Knight and Batman Begins because it was on TV. Ooh. So this was 2010, I think, or 9. And I was just like, shit, man, Heath Ledger was really good. I was like, let me get this company. I actually threw the boxes of that Superman because I didn't know the shipper boxes. Like, all right, just put it up there. I didn't have a detolf, just put it aside. It actually dropped, and I was like, whatever, man. And then I saw Heath Ledger, and I was like, man, I gotta get at least a Heath Ledger. That's what I was thinking to myself. I gotta get a Heath Ledger and maybe Christian Bale. It's probably the best superhero movie I've ever seen ever. And mind you, this was 2010, first time I'm seeing Batman Begins, and I was just hooked because it seems like it's a superhero for adult. And I was just like,
Right,
all right, I'm a guy that, I'm not this like Lord of the Rings where Sam and Frodo are almost like making out. It was just, all right. I was just like, all right, this looks like for adults. I'm going to get one. And I was just like, I looked at them, DX11, God damn, $300. It's like, hell no. I'm going to go to eBay. So it's like, went to eBay. I saw MMS 68, the Joker that does not look like Joker. And I was like, I was like, this is good enough. I was like, 120. Good enough, and I'm gonna get Fat Man just just to compliment him. MMS 72, the Dark Knight who has a gut. He has like a beer gut. It's like squeegee. It's like I'm gonna get both for like $250. Man, this is more than enough. I don't need anything else in my life. I'll be stupid to buy more hot toys than this. So it's just like this is just irresponsible adult here. I was an adult by this time, so I bought both, buy both, and I was just like, all right, man. And this friend of mine who's collecting hot toys, he was just like, dude, what the fuck did you get DX68, MMS 68? There's DX11 so much better. And I was like, yeah, I'm not you. You're an idiot. You're buying toys for $300. And I was just, this is fine. I just want to display him there. Then I was looking at it, I was like, man, he's right. Maybe I'll just buy one definitive Joker.
One good one,
that's it. So I was like, all right, I didn't sell 68. I parted it out, took the head sculpt, popped it in. I was like, because it has an extra head sculpt. I was like, all right, I'm buying. And there was a website before, like, it's closed now, but I bought it for like $270. The packaging was damaged. I got it for $200. It's like, cool, DX11 $200, and that snowballed from there. I was like, all right, you know what? I got DX11. I should get DX12 because I got Fat Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I was just, all right, I'm gonna get Fat Man. But I was like, I at this point I already have a detolf. I was like, I'm just gonna fill this detolf like 4 slots. Once it's filled, it's done. And then kind of like Myla, I'm trying to justify now me buying hot toys because I like photography. So I was like, man, it's so much better than a person. They don't like, argue with you. I'm just gonna take pictures of this.
Post it the way you want to.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? This Iron Man is good. I'm gonna just get one Iron Man, and that's it. And then for all you got that. And then I got 4 hot toys at that time, and I was like watching reviews, kind of like all of you. But I'm watching like Sean Long, Optimus. Sharktimus Prime. And one common denominator, like sometimes you watch YouTube reviews and you're like, all right, man, I'm gonna get this little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from here, and then I'm gonna make my own. No, I was like, I'm looking at all the reviews, and this is exactly what I'm not gonna do. Like anything that they're doing, I'm not gonna do a light box. I'm not gonna use my cell phone. I'm not gonna do it live. I'm not gonna show my screen on the camera. I'm gonna make it as cinematic as possible. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a voiceover. I'm gonna really good audio. And then it started getting traction with 4 hot toys. So I was just like, all right, this is going good.
Oh, it's sucking you in.
And then it sucked me in. Like so JB and KG is in a downward slope here because once you start, and back then it was like only like 4 or 5 of us. It was me, Clipper, Nene D. Maybe Nene D is a little bit there. Yeah. He's mostly in Predator. The big one back there was Sean Long because he has like 250,000 subscribers.
Yes,
but he's
got all the new ones all the time.
Yeah, he was like a thing by Sideshow, and it just snowballed from there. I don't think hot toys really got me. I think it's the YouTube, the process of shooting. So and then it just snowballed from there. So. And what's missing now is all these new YouTubers because they never got to what we did, Myla. Scout, going to forums looking for deals. Mm-hmm. Now it's like instant. Everything's instant. Day 1 pre-order. Get it from Hong Kong. Back then, the hours that you're gonna spend on eBay looking for the right deal. They're rare. You can only get them for a certain
Sideshow freaks too.
Sideshow freaks. You're gonna log in there. Yeah. Now you got this day 1 pre-order.
It's an instant thing. It's just like social media. It's an instant gratification. Yeah.
So, the tips now. The tips now are different from the tips later because now they're like, all right, you know what? The new ones are gonna drop here. You should get this now because it's gonna sell out. Back then it was like, all right, if you buy a Predator, watch out for the leather straps because they're gonna deteriorate.
Yeah.
Once you get a figure, watch out for the tip of the nose because the clamshell presses too hard. If it's
Yeah.
used, then when you rip it off, it might be there. Removing the paddings inside. Now the tips is like, all right, man, you gotta log into this website. All right, so you get 5% off. So you
Yeah.
can get 5% off on a figure that's 10% overpriced. So
Yeah.
there's different tips now where it was different back then. I mean, I guess it all changes.
Yeah.
But one
Yeah.
thing that doesn't change, I think, is like our passion for collecting
Yeah.
and whatever it brings to you.
But
Whether
and
it's
what doesn't change is when people think they're not gonna get addicted to it, you will.
you will.
When
Yeah.
you start it, you get one, you're done. If you think this, no, I'm not gonna be that way, or I'm gonna have a certain line, you're not gonna have a certain line. Once you
No,
see something with such a good presence, like Asmus, that new one they've got,
Yeah,
Gandalf. I
I'm not
mean,
even collecting Lord of the Rings. I just think that's a great
yeah.
looking figure.
But if
Yeah.
you already have a Hot Toys, but then you see something like that, even if you don't, you're not a fan, but you gonna appreciate the artwork. It becomes to where it's not even nostalgic anymore. It's the artwork that you wanna
Right.
have,
Yeah.
and then you wanna take a look at that. It's
And I think Will and Optical always says the best is like the representation of the characters that they have connection with.
Mhm.
yeah,
You
but
know,
that's the
and-
best. Yes, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ideal way. But you can, like Mila said, like get it for the artistic value too.
Yeah, no, and that's what and like the for me the Gandalf one that is artistic. And like I
Right.
said before, I'm not even that big huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I love that. Like, I mean, I just love the way that figure looks. It's just like they really captured the likeness of Gandalf with that portrait and the rooted hair.
Yeah.
That's like it looks really good.
Yeah. For me,
You
it's a
know how,
win-win.
Yeah.
So
use the statue you guys said, like you said, PJ, you're very selective on the statue. I'm the same way. I only buy a Superman statue, and it's very rare that I buy it.
I
I
can't wait.
have been waiting for that transition Superman
Sideshow.
from Sideshow, but then I saw you guys getting your mythos, and I'm like, I want it so badly, but I mean, I'm being really good, and I'm not, but I'm also a little bit kind of like, what happened to the Superman, because it was presented first before those mythos, and
Yeah.
we still don't have it. They still are delaying it, so I'm
I
like,
think. Well, I don't know if you. Well, I don't know. You heard, but there's been some ships that were carrying a bunch of cargo that they
Yeah.
lost the cargo.
Right.
and
I
then
don't know.
there's no Superman is in there, huh?
They're in the sea right now. I don't know, but
They're
um,
swimming.
yeah, but I'm sure Milo. Once you get that statue, it's gonna be great.
I'm like so excited
It's
for
just and one thing is that like once you get it, like all that waiting that you did just and that's how I feel about the mythos stuff. Like I've been waiting
Dude,
for
that son, what do you call that, the girl,
Asajj, yeah.
Dodge. Yeah.
she's so beautiful. I mean,
Mhm.
I watched your review of it. I mean, it's like, it's amazing. It flows very well. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not expensive either.
Yeah, and it
Matching
just
like that, it's not very expensive.
well, for me, like I try not to enable people, but I'm very encouraging.
No. Yeah.
I
you
do.
don't-
I enable.
now,
yeah.
in all seriousness, you are encouraging. Yeah, you don't enable us that much.
Well, yeah.
Just it depends. Joker, sure, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but
And
the
maybe
thing is that-
Mandalorian from time to time.
yeah.
And some Star Wars figures.
Right. So basically,
Wait.
everything Star Wars, Joker, and then sometimes Marvel too. So like most things.
Dude, I found myself at Ross looking at Star Wars socks, and I don't even like Star Wars that much.
See,
I was
it's
like, oh,
PJ,
what
man.
socks, and I was just like, man, this is $8.
They're
Not too
comfortable
bad.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they probably look and they're stylish.
Eddie, did I see yes, I did. That was pretty nice, but I have to, I'm waiting on something else. I actually, there's a third party, Christopher Reeve Superman that came out. That's I'm saving for that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to skip this Twitter head because I already have one of those.
I
I
mean,
already have the a
Nice
Twitter head
also.
Superman.
courtesy of Mila. So
Yeah.
And he's got one too. He's got the same one. So
But for me, it's like like I said, like anything I always make sure when I'm really enabling something or encouraging something, I
mhm.
make sure that like in the long run, like how would it benefit me and the collector I'm recommending it. So like a lot of stuff, like even like that Mando, the pre-Beskar Mando, I knew like right off, like right when they announced it, like once I got it, it was like I knew that figure was going to sell out, and once it sells out, that's it. Like it went from waitlist, I didn't even go waitlist. It went from
It
Yep.
was
low
quick.
stock
It was
to
It's
quick.
sold
sold
out.
out
Sold
Yep.
to
out.
sold
Yeah.
out. So that's how popular that Mando figure became, and and there's a lot more stuff. Like I try to make sure that like the worst case scenario is that the person is going to get their money back if they decide not to keep it anymore.
Mhm.
And that's the way
I
I see it.
think another good topic for future, and we're not going to tackle it now, is how to extend the life of your figure. Not meaning like how for 10 years, but how to maximize it. Because newer collectors, you're going to get into a black hole where you feel like you need to get this Mando, and once you get that Mando, guess what you're going to do next? You're going to go to Sideshow and look for the next new stuff. So you
Right.
don't even have time to, let's say, enjoy that piece that you've been coveting for so long. But the moment it got to you, now you're going to move
The
on to
problem
the next.
is they show it to us, and then there's 2 years of wait, and
Yeah,
sometimes hello Gamora, what 2.5 years, and then by
Right.
the
Yeah.
time you get it, and you're like, oh, okay.
yeah. So,
That's a problem right there. That's why
Yeah.
sometimes if you're gonna get something that's already in stock.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like usually, I don't like pre-order, like day one pre-order, and
mhm.
then wait because I hate that wait. I hate
Yeah,
that feeling of waiting. I like to
Right.
see like something get announced, and then I'm like, okay, good. Like, and I'll just forget about it
yeah,
instead of like, oh, woo, cool. And that's what I did in the beginning. Like,
uh-huh.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I need it. I gave the $20 deposit, and I'm like, doo-doo, like like elevator music, like playing in the background. I'm like,
exactly.
okay, what now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Try not to pre-order early.
And even like
Wait.
the one who missed out on items, kind of like the non-best Carmando, right? Was like, oh, you get it. If you haven't gotten it, you probably didn't like it that much, right? So
Yeah,
if
Mhm.
You
you
had
missed out
time to
on,
get it. Right.
if,
Everyone
if
had
you
time
Yeah.
to get it.
if
yeah,
you didn't get it and now you're scrambling to get one, maybe you're doing this wrong because
yeah.
it has plenty of time. So maybe
Because
Yeah.
then
ask
now you're
yourself,
just buying into the hype. That's why you
right?
Yeah.
miss.
It was like
That happens. That happens a lot though.
you didn't
Yeah.
like
Well,
it that much,
The
you
Mark
yeah.
didn't
47 that happened big time.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
The original one.
look at now. It's sitting there.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it sells out again, people will go crazy for it again,
Yeah.
I bet. So
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
said that to when Black Panther when Chadwick died. That
yeah,
Black Panther was sitting
Oh,
for a
people died.
long time,
Exactly.
it
for a
was.
long time, and then he
I
died.
mean,
All of a sudden, it's my Grail. I was like, dude,
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Stanley. Oh my God. I
yeah,
saw that
Yeah.
on. I saw Stanley for like $200 on the San Diego Comic Con, and I passed on it. Then
Princess
I
Leia.
realized I don't really want it.
And
Yeah,
then when he
I
died,
would have passed on it.
Everyone
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
it
yeah,
then. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Like
was good.
Dude, even Hella sat for a long time.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
it's
mean,
Obi
Yeah,
Wan.
so Yandu, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like
not
all of them.
too.
Basically.
Yeah.
But I have those, but I have those because I liked it. But
mhm,
I didn't like get it because it was popular. That's
yeah,
the reason why I got it for retail is because I got it when it came out and it was in Sideshow and then I ordered it. But I didn't start looking for it after it was sold out. I didn't go to
Right.
eBay. That's what people do. They go to eBay and then
yeah.
Yeah.
they start paying 2-3 times the amount. That's crazy.
Right.
Because
I,
you'll see some like YouTubers are gonna be like, all right, man, if I were you, I'll get Mando the non-best car now because the
Yeah,
price is just gonna shoot up. I
yeah.
would say instead, I was like, hey, man, if you missed out on it, just move on.
Move
Get
on.
the non-best
Exactly.
Mando
Move
because
along and find something else because there will
there's a
always be
reason why you
something else.
didn't get it. You're probably because you just wanted the best car version and you just
Right.
want one representation in you. That's not bad. That's not a bad reasoning
Mhm.
to not get the non-best car. If you're just
Right.
going to get it so you can sell it later at a higher price, maybe you're in the go into stocks because
Right.
like
Hot toys are not
you
great
will
for that.
return. Not hot toys. If you miss it, there's a reason why you probably don't like it that much.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
not going to like it
And
now or
though,
because it's expensive.
my thing is try to go to a comic book store that sells hot toys.
Hmm.
Just see what they got because you know what? Like most comic book stores, though they sell it for retail. They don't sell it for whatever eBay are selling it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's, well, the ones that I've been through, I mean, they're pretty decent, and they only sell it to whatever sideshow is selling it. And even if it's sold out, as long as they still have it in stock, you can get it for retail. So if you can't find it on sideshow and it's sold out, go call around your local comic book store.
Yeah,
'Cause they
call
still have it.
try to go to the ones where they look like they haven't touched a computer in a very long
In a
time.
very long time, yeah.
And then they
We're
have
gonna
a flip
bamboozle
and they
them.
have a flip phone just because they're not really like
Yeah, and then all of
well.
a sudden it's something rare that hasn't,
You're like, oh
you know,
my gosh, he doesn't know that's selling for that much. Let's get it. No, but
It was brought up in the chat though by several people, and like we had mentioned, like
Mhm.
Darkseid Anakin is literally the example of that best. Like he was on Sideshow for a while. Like
Oh.
I got
Yeah.
him super late. Like I got him on Sideshow. I just bought him because I liked the figure. Like I didn't have an Anakin, and I really wanted that one. And I liked that Darkseid version, and he was on there for like months after I got him. Like and then once he sold out, it was like people were like, "Oh my god, I've always wanted this figure." I'm like, did you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it makes you wonder. It's like it's the like the fear of missing out kind of thing. Like for
Right.
me, like I noticed is that when collectors start making noise is when the figure is like low stock.
Yeah.
That's when they
It goes-
go
yeah.
insane. They
Yeah.
jump on the wait list. Because it could be not just saying like they're on the fence. They just could be like one of those. They're like, it'll be around. I'll wait for it. They're like procrastinators,
Right.
right? They're like, it's gonna be around. It's not gonna sell. And the next it sells out. You're like, oh shoot! Like I gotta get one. It's like, where were you like the past 2 years, like with Darkseid
Because
Anakin?
if you put it on what do you call it, a payment plan, right? And just pay $50, whatever a month on it. I mean, you're locked in.
Yeah.
So don't go.
Right.
You know
But-
what I mean? I mean that's one of the ways you can do it, and to not fall into the sold out prices and
Yeah.
Yeah.
twice for it. Just,
The only thing, I mean, obviously, we all understand, like, if you started collecting after it sold
Right.
out, like me, for example, like DX13, I've mentioned that many times. Like, I really want that figure, and I wasn't collecting at the time,
Right.
So that's one, like, I will kind of search after because I didn't have an opportunity to buy it, really, because I wasn't collecting at the time.
but that's
other
the
than that-
difference, though. You're doing it not because fear of missing out. You're doing
No,
it
no.
because you really love it.
Because I love
There's-
Arnold and I love Terminator 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
a difference, right? That's
Yeah,
the
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this Mando thing, this non-Beskar thing, is just boggles my mind because it's so recent, right? Like, and it was available for quite some
It was
time.
available for a long time. It was available long enough for me to buy two of them. So, I mean, and like
Right.
months
Exactly,
apart.
right?
Months
Yeah.
apart. It wasn't like I bought two at the same time.
I think
like,
it was okay. So I think August, September, October, November, December, January. So like about 5 months. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like for me, it's just one of those things that like, I just try to speak to the people that are on the fence about something. Obviously it's hard to reach people who are just like, I don't like it. Well, then don't buy it.
Right.
And if you miss out and you start like regretting not buying it, then like what Optical said, then you're in this
But
for the
you know
wrong
what?
reasons.
So there's
Yeah.
always also let's look at the Solo Mud Trooper and Solo,
mhm.
Yeah.
right? It was on pre-order. It's not even in stock, and it's sold out. So that's very rare.
That's super rare.
That's
That
super
is
rare.
super
Yeah.
rare. I've never seen
Rarely
that.
happens. Yeah.
I have never seen. So that's you know what I mean. I think it's because they didn't make a lot of it.
That
So
means it was low
think
demand. Yeah.
It was a very low on demand. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like I don't get the fact that it sold out before it was even in stock. I was like,
Very rare.
how in
first
the
instance, I think
heck?
was Superman from Justice League. Like that was like sold out.
That was quick.
That was
It,
quick.
it wasn't there.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
another one.
I think
It's-
Alita sat down for like a month. And
Alita, yeah, sat for a while. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Anything that's like not on demand, but for some reason they, you know what I mean. They're gone. But then most people doesn't pay attention to that, and then they pay attention to it because now it's not on Sideshow's list.
Yeah,
Like Peter said, that could very well happen with Hellboy. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
not a super in demand figure. It seems
Okay,
like
let me
could
go
have a
buy
low
an order
edition
now.
size. Yeah, I know. And then like could have a low
Right?
edition size, and then people will be like, oh my god, I wanted that figure, but so little of them are made. You know,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're not in love with that figure the first time it was announced and you didn't bother pre-ordering it,
right,
you won't fall in love with it just because the price went up. Yeah, I mean, if
Right.
that happens to you, then you don't collect because it's different. You want value instead of the figure. So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. If it's something you don't enjoy, don't get it. Just because I've seen a lot of people do that. Buy it
right.
because
it
it's
might,
Yeah.
on
It's
sideshow.
a panic buy. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
Yeah, it's
panic
a
buy.
panic buy, and guess what? It's like they just, they actually just, they get it. They're like, I don't want to open this. Like they don't. They just
Right.
like, they'll just like, just bought it because everyone was panicking, And for me, it's just one of those where, um, you know, if you are on the fence about, like, especially with Star Wars, I feel like if you're on the fence with that, or even with Marvel, right? Just buy it, and enjoy the figure. Enjoy the figure as much as you can. And
Mhm.
if you don't want it, it's okay to sell it. Like,
Yeah.
again, with Hot Toys, they always retain their value, no matter what, except for the First Order
except for
Stormtrooper.
First Order Troopers.
It's just a matter of
Or
time. Yeah.
Captain America, Infinity War.
Well, now
Yeah,
all
he dropped
Captain
in
America's
value.
moving
Oh
down
boy,
because of
a
Yeah,
lot
that.
of
they
people
are.
lost a lot
Yeah.
of money on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I waited. I got my cap for really cheap. I got him for like $150 or something shipped.
Good
So
for
yeah.
you.
So yeah.
Like the
Always
caveat,
shopping the deals.
I
the
wonder
caveat
why.
that PJ said is like if you're on the fence, but by fence meaning you gotta like the figure somehow, not because you're
Right.
Yeah, like the
anticipating
character.
this
You
and-
like the character. You like Star
Right.
Wars, and
Right.
you're like,
I like
I
it.
don't know. I don't want to get. You're like one of those. I don't want to get into those lines right now. Or I got too many stormtroopers. Like I said it too about the Remnant stormtrooper.
Yeah.
But look at that. It's sold out. Like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
With Star Wars now, I'm saying this now. Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon is one of those guys where no one would, it's
Yes,
sitting there.
it's the next to dark side.
This is gonna be the next Obi-Wan when it sells.
Mm.
He'll probably be
So-
like 450 something.
Because you
like
know
that,
what,
yeah.
he sell. From what I've heard, he sold out everywhere else
Except Sideshow.
except Sideshow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's a great figure. I have him, and Optical you have him, and PJ you do too, right?
Yeah, I do have it.
Yeah.
I have him.
Yeah,
I have
everybody has him then. Okay, there we
Yeah.
go.
And guess what?
Yeah.
He's great.
That's it. You're not gonna get another. Well, not for a very long time.
Unless he shows up in the Obi-Wan show somehow as like a ghost
Right.
or some Force ghost, but
But the
otherwise,
reason I got also Obi-Wan is because I got the Phantom Menace Darth Maul. If I didn't have that,
Yeah,
I probably
yeah.
wouldn't get Qui-Gon. So if you're like me, let's say you're kind of just like a Star Wars fan, and now you're listening to us. Oh man, I'm gonna get it because it's gonna go up in value. Don't do that if you don't like Qui-Gon. You gotta at least somehow like Qui-Gon. Because the thing is, what if he doesn't sell out? What if there's a whole bunch? Let's just say, for argument's sake, now you're stuck with a figure that you can't sell and you don't like. So
how do
The
you guys?
worst.
It brings me down a really interesting point I just thought of. Like, how do you guys approach the idea of selling a figure, striking while the iron is hot, in anticipation of a new figure? For example, like we talked about with my Luke Skywalker, I sold my Endor Luke Skywalker because I have a feeling that Mando is going to get a Luke Skywalker figure, right? And I'm like, hey, I sold that thing for like $470 or $460 or something. So I got like a pretty good return on what I paid for it. So, and like, for example, the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, right? They're going to make an Obi-Wan figure from the show.
Yep.
Like,
Right.
maybe the sculpt will be a little bit better than this one was. Like, is that something maybe, now I'm thinking about it, should I maybe sell that one? Like, would you take the risk on that, or would you like
No,
stick with what you have?
Stick with what you have, unless you like what Optical said, unless you really like don't really
Right.
want it.
Right.
But if they were gonna make a figure from that show, it's gonna be totally like it might
It'd
be,
be
the
different,
same.
but
Like for me, like the way I've been seeing the pattern, like with the Anakin, right? Like the Clone Wars Anakin, it's the same portrait as the regular light side Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. So if they're gonna do one for the new Obi show, depending on how he looks, if it's almost the same, then they're probably gonna use the same portrait. It might change up the paint a little bit, and the outfit will be different. But I think this Revenge of the Sith one is very, very specific. Going to be very specific to the movie. But it's going to be good for people that missed out on an Obi-Wan figure. Like they'll get a chance to pick up an Obi-Wan because of the show.
Yeah.
But
And
it won't be.
it's
It won't be the same. I think.
and we're gonna get a new Darth Vader too, obviously. So
Nothing is worse than rebuying the figures that you sold and then you regret it and try to buy it again, and
Right.
then it's like over the top more than
No.
which
Well,
you.
Yes, I agree, Mila.
Yeah.
Because right now, one of the figures I regret selling, and it's probably one of the best like Star Wars figures I used to own, is the Jin Urso Deluxe.
Oh,
That Jin Urso Deluxe came with a whole bunch of accessories.
See,
Like
I never regretted that because I'm probably one of those people. Like everybody loves Rogue One. Everybody, I've never hear anybody. I almost fell asleep on that movie.
I like it a lot.
I'm about
I
to
don't
pass
love it.
out.
I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I love Vader scene in it.
Yeah.
I
But-
mean, I don't have. Do I have any Rogue One? I
you
don't think I have
guys,
any Rogue
you
One.
guys hurt me.
Is it wrong that I like the prequel more than the OG?
No, there's nothing. Oh,
I like the prequel.
you hurt me too.
I love Revenge of the Sith a lot. I
I
love
love-
that.
I love Revenge of the Sith.
I think it's
my
great.
That's my number 2. I could always
Right.
put that on and just be like,
Yeah.
But Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones for me are not that great.
Yeah,
But I love Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge
I
of the
usually
Sith.
I usually fast forward all the way to the
Darth Maul fight.
yeah. You're like, oh, okay, here we go.
Right.
Even though I could just watch it on YouTube, but
Right.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Go back to
I
Will's
could,
point.
man. I've watched it over and over again. The prequel. I like the prequel.
Okay, yeah.
Will, I think you're making a calculated risk there, which I think I would have done that because I did that with Cap. I like Captain America, but I knew this Cap was coming out, so I sold all my Cap, like Age of Ultron, Civil War, in anticipation of this.
Well, you
need
did
one
a,
Cap.
you did a good
And it worked
job.
out. It worked out for
Yeah,
you.
I just need one Cap. Now, I think it depends on how much you need. Because, like, unlike Superman, like, there's only, like, 3 Supermans out there? I'm willing to have multiple characters of Superman.
Yeah.
But if you're willing
Right.
to have multiple characters, Obi-Wan, I wouldn't sell that Obi-Wan.
Right.
But if you're not that, like, if you just kind of like Obi-Wan,
Right. I do like Obi-Wan. I have the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. It's perfect.
Mhm.
That thing is beautiful. That's one of
And
the best
that's
Hot Toy sculpts in my opinion.
and that's another figure that actually I
Oh.
regret not picking up
Yeah.
just because. And that thing sat in Sideshow's website for a while.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they were giving out discount codes for that.
I sold
That's
mine for
crazy.
$150 back.
Oh,
It was
I-
before I had to get it aftermarket
Wow.
because it came out after I was collecting. Before I got it.
yeah.
So-
Well, I was around when that figure
We
was.
couldn't give that away back then.
Yeah, you
Really?
couldn't.
That's
You
crazy.
couldn't. You
Now
couldn't.
people love it, man.
Yeah,
Even
and,
the Batman and Adam West, the 66 Batman and Robin, Sideshow were attaching reward codes to them that would make them $100 each. I snatched both of those for $200. And
Wow.
the other one, like PJ was saying, was like they couldn't give it away.
yeah, and it's just one of those things. Like, I wonder if the Infinity War Cap's going to be the same. I don't think so. I don't know. I just feel
Something
like
about the
that-
look. Yeah, people
Yeah,
just don't. Yeah.
people just are not really liking the look of it. You know.
Especially now that this cap is out, that would kill that value because people,
Yeah.
not everyone needs multiple caps. I mean, there are people,
Right.
most people needs just one character. And they're
Mhm.
not like us.
And that cap is such a one-off that for most people, it's kind of like he has no shield. I mean, he has the Wakandan shields, but he doesn't have like his main shield, and like,
Yeah.
he has a beard, and it's like I love that look because I love how he looks in Infinity War,
Right.
and so that's why I got it.
Yeah, and I like that version of Cap.
Yeah.
Just because he was fighting, he was,
Right.
I love that movie more than Endgame, so I have like a
Same, yeah.
bigger
Yeah, me
connection
too.
to that. So I mean, but just the figure just is not that great, just because like
Not catchy. It's
the
The
portrait.
sculpt is okay. The
Yeah.
lip is a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because his beard was like, I don't know, very clunky
And
and
his bottom lip, like
Right.
yeah,
like it
It's-
looks weird because of the beard on the top.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
I think Obi-Wan suffered with that too.
Obi-Wan has the same
Obi
issue.
has
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, they overly painted it. I think if they took their time with the paint application of the beard, I think it would look a lot better.
Right.
But obviously, the person painting those prototypes was freaking JC Hong, so he's not there for every figure.
Right.
Dude, they got feelings too, man. Okay. So
Yeah,
I know.
they do. Star Ace has feelings.
that's great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's been fun, man. I was like, I didn't even notice we're like at 2.5 now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, so
We're in after hours. That's good.
We'll save some for next time. So we're not going to unleash it all in one stream. So, but yeah, thank you for coming in, Mila.
Thank
thank
you,
you for.
thank you, guys. And Will, you are wonderful.
Oh,
And you
thank
always
Mila.
do
You're
the
even
thing.
more
Mila,
wonderful
you
than me.
are wonderful, and I miss being on the same live stream as you. So
Thank
this is a lot of fun. Seriously, this is probably one of the best live streams I've ever been in,
Yeah.
besides mine.
Damn, PJ.
Man, just kidding.
My
Off the
God.
call.
Talk about self-promotion.
I know. So
Speaking of self-promotion, by the way, Will Foxification, check out his channel.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Was it you had a new review? Anything coming up?
Iron Studio. Well, I just put out the Iron Studios Call Obsidian 110 scale. I love that figure statue. So if you guys can get that, if you love the Black Order like me, I'm anticipating the other 3 Black Order members, in the future. Other reviews, I don't know. I'll figure it out as it comes. But basically, like, there'll be other ones, movie reviews, and other collectible reviews coming in the future.
Cool. PJ,
Sounds
anything
great.
new?
Seriously, I am kind of like overwhelmed here with a lot of stuff that I have like on deck. I do have the Gamora review that should be
There you
coming
go.
soon. I got the Night Monkey review. I got the 3 Mythos statues, the Captain America Hot Toys that should be coming in pretty soon. There's a lot. I just have
you're
a
gonna
lot.
be busy.
I just don't have the time. I wish I could just like bang them out, like just take like a week off from work and just bang them out.
I know.
But I've been so busy. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get those reviews out as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Optical, for letting me promote my channel.
Oh,
So
anytime, man.
Thank you, Optical, to me as
Check out
well.
this
Yeah.
channel,
Sure.
Will Fox and Paradox Nerds. And also, once COVID is done, I promise you guys, we are gonna go on live stream together in a strip club.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you guys.
Mila
Holy
will be
moly.
there.
There you go. Yes.
Holy
of course.
jeez.
We're gonna
Yeah, we'll be
reaction
eating
there.
some buffalo wings and
Yeah,
beer.
My
Well-
favorite.
We'll meet in the middle. We'll say Hooters.
There
We'll
you
go to
go.
Hooters.
That
We'll
too,
live
that
stream
would
at
be
Hooters.
fine.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna have nightmares now.
All right. Have a good night, everyone, and thank you for joining the chat.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.